Something like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out to hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead and hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've even seen some people do it well. But what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out, share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this, and it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content now. Share it through your social media, share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, we are back for another fantastic episode. Today, we are going to be dealing with white single mothers versus black single mothers. Who wants it more? Okay, who wants it more? All right, and before we go too deep into this, I want to say shout out to all the people who give me views on a regular basis, because y'all make up the fam around here, and I appreciate y'all big time. Appreciate you big time. Shout out to all the people who take the time out to hype me up. Okay, I know you can't use it all the time, so you should be saving it for me. You know, you should be saving one for me. So shout out to all of y'all. And shout out to all the people who hit that like button. Okay, y'all know these things matter. Shout out to the people leaving comments after the stream. Okay, all these things help with that algorithm, help grow the channel, and I definitely appreciate you. And I want to say, all right, shout out to the people who go above and beyond the call of duty, the people who become financial contributors of the channel, because you don't have to, but you do it anyway. And that means a whole lot to me. Okay, you don't have to, but you do it anyway. And again, y'all, that means a whole lot to me. So shout out to each and every person who has become a financial contributor of this channel. Every single one of y'all, I much appreciate it. And that's every single one of y'all. And that's real talk. And I'm gonna say a special shout out to my main man, okay, Floyd Thompson. He is what we like to call around here the sponsor of today's stream. So shout out to Floyd Thompson. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for the continued support. And that's real talk. Okay. And I want to give a few shout outs to some of the first people to check in this morning, because when you start a show, it's always great to see you got a few folks down there with you in the trenches, as they say. And the first one up, believe it or not, y'all. Y'all let him do this. Y'all let him get these honors, okay? Y'all let him get these honors. Which may be the very last show on this channel that we do live. Possibly. We're going to see how it go, y'all. We're going to see how it go. But I want to say shout out to what we like to call the Highlander of today's stream. My main man, the Great Black Reset, is in the building. He has done it again. He has done it again. He is the Highlander of today's stream. And I appreciate this brother big time, y'all. Y'all don't even know how much I appreciate this brother. He is definitely a great brother. Glad that he's part of the team around these parts. He actually has a lot of value, y'all. He actually has a lot of value. And shout out to Trail Bentley coming through, representing as he always does. Hashtag long live the habitual line steppers. Hashtag Negroes in the wilderness. Hashtag dignity over vagina. Hashtag Al Gore's babies. Hashtag hey Hydra. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. A special shout out to Trust, the darling of the channel, is here. And if y'all don't see what she said sub, y'all. Yes, there is a link in the description for a new channel, because more than likely I will be streaming from there on Monday. Okay, more than likely I'm gonna be streaming from there on Monday. So shout out to you, Trust. Appreciate you. Shout out to Floyd Thompson, the sponsor of the stream, is in the building. Yay, glad to have you at the cool table. We got the nice Palace at the cool table as well. Great to see you. We got user Op1 in the house. Glad to have you. Bronk is in the building as well. Great to see you. I'm listening. What's happening? We got Inspired Truth Broadcast here as well. Glad to have you. Shark Sims is at the cool table. Good to see my brother. Bucket is checked in. Glad to have you. And I want to give a special thanks out to my main man, the nice Palace, coming through with the first super chat of the day. Appreciate that big time. And thank you for helping me get off to the good start. He says, Roger for president of the black man. Okay. Well, you know what? I would take that as a huge honor. I definitely would take that as a huge honor. And I definitely appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much, y'all. Now, if y'all don't know, I tell y'all again, y'all, they gonna demonetize this channel. Come today, y'all. Today is June 5th, okay? Yeah, today is June 5th, and they told me if I don't do certain things, they're gonna demonetize the channel, okay? And I'm just gonna say we can't quite get the things done that they won't do. I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. If you know, you know, but don't worry about it. But we're gonna start a new channel. It ain't the first time. Hopefully it'll be the last time, but it won't be the first time. That's for sure. So if you want to get in on the new channel, there is a link in the description with the new channel link on it. Okay. There's a link in the description with the new channel link. So there you have it. If you want to follow, now you can. Okay. So get that link. I'll probably throw a video or two up over the weekend. But if you want to be there, that's on you. Okay. I know I'm gonna be there. That I can guarantee you. I'm gonna be there. If you want to be there, it's available for you to come. And that's real talk. Now, y'all, I found the clip very interesting. Okay. There's some woman who there's some woman who I don't know what to say. I did something where she was a part of it before, and she's saying some nonsense again. But women gonna say nonsense. I get that. But the thing is, a black woman can say some nonsense, and then you know what? People will start championing her nonsense. Okay. And she said a very interesting thing. She said, we got all these single mothers out here, y'all. All these single mothers. But black women are single mothers, you know, similar number to white women. But she brought out the fact that there's about, 20 million black women, but it's about 100 million black women. Okay, that's a very interesting thing. Very interesting thing. Now, I totally understand she wants to come off as she's trying to help the black community. I totally get that. And you know what? A lot of y'all gonna say she do. A lot of y'all gonna support a woman who talks the way she talks. Okay? Does she want to help us? I mean, if that's what you want to believe, knock yourself out. Okay? If that's what you want to believe, knock yourself out. Okay? Now, there's something in what she said that leads to all kinds of nonsense. And see, even sisters who try to get on our squad, and I'm assuming she's a sister, okay? Even when they try to get on our team, they throw a lot of nonsense out there. Now, is she talking crazy when it comes to the 100 million versus the 20 million? No, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. It's about 100 million white women. It's about 20 million black women. Now, I probably look, as we in the show, probably look it up just to see what the numbers are as of today, And that's the beautiful thing about living in the information age. You can just look stuff up right then and there. And I like to do stuff as the show is going on. Why? Because some pretty, you keep the information kind of accurate, at that when you do it at that time, because people do like to use some old stats sometime, or stuff they believe might happen. So it's good to get stat checks every once in a while. Now, I'm listening to what she's saying. I say 100 million versus 20 million. That's interesting. Okay. So with the white women, they should, quote unquote, they should have 5 times the baby mamas of black women. If you got about 5 times the amount of people, you got a 20 million black women. Well, about 5 times that's 100 million. So when it comes to your single mothers, it should be about 5 times the amount of single mothers on the white side than it is on the black side. Oh, but it didn't go that way, did it? Okay, it didn't quite go that way. Now, is it fair to ask a question? Are white women like better single mothers or something? I mean, what's going on? Do black women just simply, okay? Do black women just simply want to be single mothers? Now this is not a new thought for me, because I've said it plenty of times, that black women do not want to be married to no black men and give control to a black man. And they definitely don't want no black man having control over his children. But look at somebody who I'm pretty sure ain't paying a whole lot of attention to me, and she's trying to be helpful to black women. And she likes what black women are doing, if you ask me. Now, she said this, or, I don't hate women, because, maybe somebody said she hate women. I doubt it. But, maybe she said that. But she said something that I think we as black folks need to learn to really keen in. I've said a time or two, y'all, information is more important than presentation. Now, in this little clip, I'm pretty sure multiple men are going to use the quote unquote champion this little clip. I don't champion the clip at all. Okay. I heard what she said. I don't champion the clip at all. Clips like this are nonsense. Why? Because people look at, well, it's 20 million versus 100 million. And okay, that may very well be true. But, this is one of the reasons that anytime you see a woman speaking, you should really question it. I am not saying women can't get out and speak their piece. I'm not saying that at all. My question is, why do you listen? Okay. There's very few women that I'm willing to listen to. I'm not gonna act like I won't listen to any woman, because that ain't real. Okay. But the reason I have issues with I'm gonna say most women talking, is because I actually listen. You know, some people be saying, y'all don't listen to women because y'all are misogynists. They just say that to men in general. Y'all are misogynists. Y'all just can't take a woman doing something. You're jealous of women. You're intimidated by women. All kinds of nonsense like that. And the crazy part for me is when I see men being, having stuff like that told to them, they don't really respond with like, well, have you actually listened to women? Because I have. Okay. And because I listen to them, when the time that I do listen to them, and it's about the context of the word, because I really don't listen to women, I will hear them out. That does not mean I'm going to take what they said and apply it to my life. Because most of them talk a lot of nonsense. They really do. Okay. And I'm going to say, even in this clip, there's a lot of nonsense in this clip. And this is why it's so hard for, Black people from an overall standpoint to get better results. Because even as we call ourselves even if you say it, trying to chastise somebody, you're still supporting them at the same time. Okay. How are you going to support the people you chastise in the thing that you're chastising them about? Now, you can support somebody else in a different thing, but you're not supposed to support somebody in the thing you're, quote unquote, chastising them about. Now, if you listen to the clip, people would think she's, quote unquote, trying to chastise single mothers. No, she was just making excuses for single mothers. That's what she was doing. And y'all hear people saying women don't like accountability. You see women doing things to avoid accountability. Okay. Women come up with all kinds of stuff to make sure that they're not held accountable for anything. And I would understand why you think this woman was trying to give a message of accountability when you hear what she said. But she wasn't. She literally blamed men for what women are doing. Even though she said, we control having these babies. She said that while also saying, this is literally men's fault. Now, I know a lot of y'all didn't catch the fact that she said that, and she said it's all men's fault. She literally did that. This is all men's fault. Everything she said about women was totally negated. And see, I'm going to say, y'all, we got to get better, okay? And we got to pay more attention. And we got to really look at who we're willing to listen to. Because she propped up white women. Now, my thing is, it is what it is. I'm not mad at her for propping up white women. Sometimes they fit where they fit. If you got 100 million white women who have around the same amount of single motherhood thing going on as Black women who only have about 20 million, it is what it is. They are where they are. Ain't nothing you can really do about that. There's nothing you can really do about that. They are who they are. So I'm just going to accept the fact that Black women want to be single mothers far more than white women want to be single mothers. Black women are willing to go through far more lengths to become a single mother than a white woman is. All right? White women are far less supportive of other white women being single mothers than when it comes to Black women. Black women are far more supportive of Black women becoming single mothers. They love it. They absolutely love it. Okay? And the thing is, even in a situation where you have it like this, and I told y'all before, and I'm going to tell y'all again, your subconscious rules you. Now, I've said before, one of the reasons I do not attack content creators because I understand people they do stuff to earn money. Most of them is really just about the money. That's all it really is. I will take time out to listen to a content creator here or there, whether it's in a small clip, a piece of a long version video, a 15-minute video or whatever I can stand at the time. I'm not going to act like I listen to a content creator and I can stand their whole video. Sometimes people do something that's 10, 15, 20 minutes long. Sometimes it's 5 minutes long and it's such trash that I have to turn away from it so I can feel better. Okay. I've told y'all before, you can feel any way you choose to. All right. So if I'm listening to somebody and they're such trash that I'm starting to feel more negative about something, or my feelings ain't right, well, the easy thing for me to do is just turn that trash off. Okay. Now I ain't gonna call out people's name because I ain't gonna, I ain't trying to crap on these people. I understand some people try to make some money, and it's the best way they know to make it. Okay. And people may say, well, Roger, you should speak against them because, if you see something wrong with it, hey, I don't need to speak against it. Why are you listening to them? That's the question. No one's forcing the audience upon these people. You go there and you become the audience because you want to be their audience. That's really on you. I don't need to tell you who not to listen to. That's on you at the end of the day. You listen to these people because you like them. That's your business. Okay? I ain't out here trying to tell you who to like. I'm gonna do my content. If you like it, cool. If you don't like mine, cool. I'm doing my thing. Okay? Now, this is the thing. All right. And shout out to Usual Business. He said, what up, Roger? Can I pimp my channel? Always, brother. Always. Okay. Long as we cool, you can do it whenever you want, brother. You can do it whenever you want. And that's real talk. That's real talk. Okay. Now this is the thing, y'all. Now, Usual Business is obviously gonna put a link into his channel. So if y'all want to check out what Usual Business is on, get that link, do your thing. Do your thing, okay? So yeah, brother, pimp it anytime you want to. All right. Now, I heard the woman, y'all. Okay, and I think people would say, okay, well, she's trying to do some good work. But you know what I heard her say while she was showing this? I'm gonna say this long, this Grand Canyon of a situation between white women and black women. It's a Grand Canyon in between these two. Because some people gonna say, well, all single mothers are bad. Look, I understand anybody who says that. I wouldn't tell you to date a single mother if that ain't what you want to do. They do come with extra problems. That's just keeping it real. You get a single mother, they come with extra problems. I don't care what nobody's trying to say. That is the reality of it. And a lot of men ain't strong enough to, I'm gonna say they're not strong enough to deal with a single mother a proper way because they ain't really been taught. I've taught it, okay? But a lot of people have not been taught to properly deal with a single mother. And at the end of the day, if people understood how you really should deal with a single mother, a lot of people ain't gonna do it no way. And the single mother wouldn't want you to do it because of the way she's gonna feel about her situation. Because I've said before, y'all, being realistic, and I've dealt with single mothers in the past. When I first grew up, I didn't know single motherhood was such a big deal. I quickly found that out as I became adult. I started figure out it's a whole lot of single mothers out here. So now, what would I do if I met a woman and she has a kid? What would I do at this particular point? Okay, so you got a kid. All right, cool. Now, number one, I wouldn't even talk to you if I saw you with your kid. That's just it. As a man, I ain't gonna even talk to you. I see you with your kid, it's over with. Okay. Ain't no approaching you, ain't no asking for your number. It's already dead. Now, if I have approached you and I find that you have children, a lot of women will be quickly insulted because I'm not going to meet their children. If you can't convince me that marrying you is a good idea, and I actually go buy a ring and propose, I have no reason to meet your children. It's that simple at the end of the day. Some women don't like that though. Some women take that as an insult. But why would I meet your children if I'm not going to marry you? You know, and I get it. There's people who gonna say, well, but what if the children don't like the man? Man, I don't care what the children like their children. See, I was raised by folks who understood children don't get a say so until we as adults give them a say so. You don't get to have a say so in my life like that. You a child. You gonna grow up, have your own life. You gonna deal with your own situations. Hopefully, you get married to a person one day. But my child can't raise me. If anything, I'm gonna raise the child. A child can't raise me. So therefore, a child is not important enough. Their opinion is not important enough for me to date or not date anybody. Because I understand I'm an adult and they're a child. A lot of people wouldn't necessarily agree, but it ain't about to change. I'm an adult, they're a child. Their opinion means nothing to me on who I date. So why would I even meet your kid? Wouldn't do it. Not till I propose and we have a wedding day set. Then I can meet your kids. And guess what? If a woman doesn't want to marry me because I don't get along with her kid after we done had this whole relationship where I got comfortable enough to propose, I don't want to marry that woman. It's that simple at the end of the day. I don't want to marry her. If she that dumb, and I'm going to tell you like that, if she's so dumb that she found a good man who was willing to marry her, and because she had a child by a guy she's not married to, and that child is making decisions about her and her life, if she's that dumb to listen to that child, she ain't supposed to get married to me. I should be ashamed of myself. Okay? I should be ashamed of myself. If I'm gonna let some kid bother me like that, I mean, I got to look at in the mirror and I'd be disappointed in myself. That's real talk. Y'all can feel any way you want to. I'd be disappointed in myself if I had a kid and I met a woman that I thought was worthy enough to marry, and my own kid said something about her. Oh, man, shut up. I had you, you didn't have me. It's that simple at the end of the day. And, people say it's levels to this where there's levels to life, y'all. And a child ain't on my level. It just is what it is. A child is not on my level. How would I sound trying to tell my daddy who he should marry? That don't even make sense. Okay? Now, if you old and like you getting dementia or something, then I understand. But if you a regular person, you got a regular thinking mind, and you letting your child tell you who to marry, I mean, you're not supposed to make it in life. That's just real talk. You ain't really supposed to make it in life. All right? Now, there's white women who clearly think being a single mother is still problematic, which is why their numbers are what their numbers are. There's black women who don't think single motherhood is a problem, which is why their numbers are what they are. It's that simple to me. Now, as a man, what am I supposed to think about some white woman versus some black woman? Why do black women, I'm going to ask this, why do black women keep allowing white women to be in better social positions than them? Okay? Why do y'all allow that? Now, I said social position. I didn't say financial. I said social. Okay? Is a black woman in a better position when she's not a single mother? Especially since they hate white women so much. If you have a white woman that's a single mother, but you black and you don't have kids at all, you don't see yourself as putting yourself in better position? That's an interesting thing if you ask me. You don't want to not be a single mother just to best the white woman? You know, because they definitely got that special issue they got with white women. You know, now I'm not gonna act like black women are as bad as they quote unquote used to be. No, see, black men have gotten to the point that they don't even want to reproduce with black women. Not from a idea standpoint. It's just finding a woman to have a child with. If you pay attention to numbers, black men feel less and less comfortable having children with black women. The desire to have a child with a black woman is clearly there. They're just less comfortable going through the act. All right. And it makes sense because if you're a black man and you have a baby with a black woman, more than likely she's going to become a single mother at some point. See, we can marry black women, you know. Black men agree that marriage is a good thing if you're going to have kids. But let's be realistic. If you marry a black woman, once she get pregnant, that might be the beginning of the clock when it comes to divorce. That's like where the clock starts, the divorce clock. The thing is, how many do she want? Now, she may not divorce you after one child. She might want 3. Then she'll divorce you. Now, people say, well, Rod, you shouldn't say stuff like that. No, I mean, that's stuff black men got to consider. It is what it is. You know, I don't dictate how black women in mass operate. So no, you actually have to take that into consideration. How many kids does she want? And once she get the kids she want, will the divorce clock start at that particular moment? That is a very real thing that black men got to think about. Okay? You know, shout out to Jerome Payne. Jerome Payne says, do they really want to be married though? Yes, every woman wants to be married. The issue is black men have yet to accept they want to be married to a white man. And you're not that. Okay? Black women want to be just as married as any other woman. But see, you're not a white man. And the question you need to ask is not if does she want to be married, does she want to be married to a black man? A woman wanting to be married may have nothing to do with you as a black man. But see, that's where black men got to put their ego to the side. And I've said time and time again, y'all, you got to get control of your own ego. And we also have to accept that life is not fair. So whether a woman wants to be married or not ain't the real question. Does she want to be married to a black man? Because there's plenty of women that want to be married. And there's plenty of women who will use a black man to get married. Because some women have at least enough intelligence to say, well, I got kids, but I got them when I was married. See, I had my husband's children. And they do that for what's going to happen, what their plan is down the road. Because they plan to get a quote unquote better guy later anyway. So they want to say, well, no, I had my kids when I was married. You know? And I've said before, and I'm going to say it again. You know, even if a woman was married, you should be talking to her and see how long she was married before you say anything about doing anything with her for real. Because if you was married for less than 10 years, that's a woman who's willing to go far and beyond to misuse a man. Okay, any woman that was married for less than 10 years wants to misuse a man for the most part. Now, I get it. If she say, he cheated on me, so I left, that's one thing to consider. And I get some of you guys don't accept that cheating from a male standpoint. But no, but the thing is, there's a reality of what she's thinking and who she is. If her thing is, I want to be married to one guy, he ain't supposed to do nothing with nobody else, and you accept a woman thinking that way, well, if you cheat on her, that's her reason for leaving. That's what the reality is. Now, this is the thing. If a woman left a man and she wasn't married for him for 10 years and it had nothing to do with cheating, a lot of y'all don't ask yourself, well, why would she leave any man that didn't cheat on her for less and it's been less than 10 years? A marriage is something you're supposed to do for decades. She didn't even do the first one. She already told you marriage ain't valuable, but you think she thinks marriage is valuable. She desires to be a single mother. If she had kids in that process, that means she has a desire to be a single mother. That's a desire. Okay? When you deliberately get out of a marriage in less than 10 years, something you're supposed to do for decades, but you won't complete the first one, and you can't even say that how somebody wronged you, your desire is to be a single mother. That's usually what that means. She got in the marriage so she can have the kids to say, well, I had the kids, but I was married though. Yeah, that's just a person who said, well, I don't want to be out here saying that I just had kids out of wedlock. I think it sounds better if I say I was married. She wanted the same thing. She's just using some man, or misusing some man to get a label of, I had him when I was married. That's it. I had him as a wife. I didn't have him as just a trifling hoe out here in the streets. I had my children as a wife. What difference does it make? You didn't stay married. Well, see, I couldn't be married because we had irreconcilable differences. Ain't no such thing as irreconcilable differences. There's people who want to be married and there's people who don't. It's that simple at the end of the day. You know, we give people way too much room to talk about nonsense that don't even matter. Either they want it or they don't. And that's just something black men gonna have to accept. Either they want it or they don't. Now I got a couple guests popping up right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and let them get the mic, and then I'm gonna get back to doing my thing. But see, I'm gonna say this, y'all. See, this single motherhood thing, black women really, really want this. Okay? That's the only reason I'm using the clip. Not because what the woman said, because the woman is on the side of black women who really, really want this. And I don't think I mentioned it, but I tell you, after these two gentlemen, I'll get to how she gave herself away, even in that small little clip. But AL, my brother AL, glad to see you, glad to see you. You got the mic, my brother?
Okay.
Good morning, Roger. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
How you doing, brother? Long time no hear from. Hello, peace to the panel in the chat. Long live the habitual line steppers. You know how we do. Yay, yay. But, you know, I figured since she was gabbing and going on about the single moms, I was just patiently waiting. I was like, I don't see nobody coming up. I guess I have to be the lonesome slam, the lonesome lamb that's being led to slaughter. Because y'all know I was a part of that party that committed, you know, those acts of treason. You know, I should have been a single man that got married to a single woman and done all that. But, you know, I fell under the old rule before we started wising up and releasing these people. So, you know, I just, you know, charge it to my head, not my heart. You know, I messed up. I did. So I know what it's like. So you can get all your 7 kikis and kakas out because, you know, I was one of them brothers that committed that atrocity. I married a woman with a child, you know, and started out with a ready-made family. And my granddaddy told me, don't do it. Don't do it. Unbeknown to me, he was just telling me, don't do it. But he never did tell me why. But then I realized and found out later, right before he died, he married my grandmother. And he started a ready-made family too. So, you know, he was just trying to break a generational curse, but I was too hard-headed and too stubborn. And I was like, I love the girl. I love the girl. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. He said, so be it, fine. It's your funeral. So that's something I have to live with, you know. But I digress.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say it's not that you did something wrong when you think about it. It's really what the woman wanted, because she wanted to clear up a situation. She wasn't down to be in the marriage. Y'all, I'm gonna say this, y'all. Any woman who's married for less than 10 years. Now I understand the women who leave because somebody quote unquote cheated on them. And I understand how some men think about that, but I'm looking at what the woman's perspective is. If she immediately packs up and go because you quote unquote cheated, okay, she did that because you cheated. But if it's not that, then why she leave? And a lot of women can't even articulate why they want to leave. That's why they came up with a term of irreconcilable differences, because you don't have to articulate a reason to leave. And most women can't do it. It just is what it is. Okay. But as men, you're going to have to pay attention to the fact that we got more women who are not married for at least a decade. Again, that marriage is something you do for multiple decades. If a woman didn't even put 1 decade in, why talk to her? I'm just telling y'all what's real. It's other women to talk to. If I'm talking to a woman and I found out she was married and she said, well, yeah, I was married for 7 years, but it just didn't work out. I already know this ain't working out between me and you. I don't need no more information at that point. I now have enough. But let me turn the mic over also to Glocktavius Strikes. Go ahead, my brother.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, brother.
Raj, what happened to you today? Raj, what happened? Are you okay?
I'm always okay. What you mean?
You started talking about, you could, if a single mother with multiple children and her children doesn't like you, if she doesn't, you know what? Let me go there. Let me make it short. If she's a baby mama of multiple children, marriage is off the table for her altogether. No negotiation. More than one? No. It's a wrap. Cannot be out here negotiating with these people. Any negotiation for them, they are done for. More than one now.
Well, I'll tell you what I actually said. Because I didn't say whether she has multiple children or not.
No, you said children.
It makes no difference how many children she has. I said if as a man, if you're willing to date a single mother, and let's be realistic, a lot of men are, okay? If you're willing to do that and you want to marry a woman, but you allow a child to dictate your life, because that's what you do. People say, if you should meet kids, because what if the kid don't like you? That's people openly saying they're going to let a child dictate their life. So if you're going to do that, why would you care what a child thinks? How do you see yourself as a legitimate adult, but you would allow a child to dictate who you marry or not? That don't even make sense.
Well, let me push back a bit. Just a smidge. The children doesn't like you. I think that could make the relationship more difficult for you, her, and the children.
It wouldn't. I would say no, because I would make a child stay in the child's place. If a child's gonna make the relationship more difficult, what place is the child in?
No, but don't you think their attitude and passive aggressive behavior that can create in the household?
Hold on, hey, I think you got some background. I couldn't hear what he said. Repeat that again.
Do you think that with their passive aggressive behavior and attitude, don't you think that this could create problem in the household?
I mean, you can let it create a problem, but I don't care what no child thinks. So it ain't gonna create a problem for me. It would create a problem for the child. Now, I guarantee you that will create a problem for the child, because now you're giving me more reason to punish you and do other things to you because you're a child. You're not gonna make a problem for me.
So you think those baby mamas are going to allow you to discipline them?
Ain't no allow. If I'm with a woman, I'm the man. I'm the leader. There is no allow. Everything's allowed. Whatever I do is right. She has to accept that for me to even be in a position. So yes, everything that you would say she wouldn't want me to do, I already have permission, quote unquote, to do
it. Okay. I think you're dreaming. Wake up.
No, that's the cost. That's the cost of being a woman with a child. That's the cost. See, the thing is, a lot of black men, we want to pay the woman's cost. I don't need to pay her cost. I didn't tell her to show up with no kid. That's on her. Whatever problem you have to now have because you had a kid, that's just something you got to go through. If you don't want to go through it, you don't get to be in the spot. It's that simple to me. Okay, I'm not paying her cost for her. She got to pay her own costs.
So how would you feel if you were to physically discipline a baby mama's child and that child called the father and say,
I would feel the child. I would feel the child is lucky.
Okay.
The child lucky enough I care.
But then, how would you react when the father decided to confront you physically?
He wouldn't come punch me. Because I'm gonna tell the father straight up, brother, if you don't want me disciplining your child, come get him. It's that simple to me. That's no problem. He don't want me to touch his child. I don't care. Why do I care what he wants? It's your kid. If your child is in my house, I run my house the way I want to. If you don't want your child here, come get him. Where's my problem?
That's the best case scenario.
No, hey, brother, that is the realistic scenario. Why would I have a problem that I don't want to have over some child that ain't even mine?
That's why the number one strategy is to not deal with.
No. The thing is, every man gonna make their decision. But if you are unwilling to do what it takes to be with a single mother, number one, you need to realize what it's gonna take. And you need to actually put some real thought into it. See, a lot of guys like yourself, not saying that you're trying to create any malice, you don't want to present the reality of dealing with a single mother. You just want to tell a guy not to deal with one and he just accept it without knowing what the real reasoning is. No, I'm gonna tell you what you got to deal with when you deal with a single mother. And if you ain't willing to take all that on, you ain't got no business touching it.
And you think you and I were that different?
Do I think what?
Do you think we're that much different?
No, it's not about how different anyone is. The thing is, people don't present to men what the actual situation is of dealing with a single mother. See, me, I don't care about your feelings. Number one, it's a child. I don't really regard children's feelings on anything from an adult situation. I don't regard children's feelings. Okay? I regard your feeling as like what color you want your room to be or something like that, or what kind of toy you like. I'll regard your feeling on something like that. But anything that's adult, I don't consider children's feelings on any adult matter. Who cares what they think? You do what you want to do when you become an adult and go get your own stuff. That's when what you want matters. I don't care what children want like that.
I hear you. But if you tell them what it's going to take to deal with them, and I tell them not to deal with them at all, do you think we want the same thing?
No. What the thing is not about what we want; it's about what he wants. And if he doesn't know what the situation will actually entail, a lot of times they're just gonna go forward with it. Now, my thing is, I ain't gonna tell no man not to do what he want to do because he's a man. But if you're gonna do it with your eyes open. You see, telling people just don't do it is not giving them reality of what doing it is going to be like. My thing is, I just want you to know what it's going to be like. And if you ain't willing to, quote unquote, fight these fights, why set yourself up to fight them? You know, and see, we're men, y'all. We got to accept a lot of men ain't gonna just do stuff blindly. They're not. They need to know why you're giving them this thing. Why are you giving them this piece of information? Why does it make a difference? And if you don't tell them why, they're going to do what they was doing anyway. Because they're men. Men consider information before they make moves. If you're trying to give someone a new piece of information, you got to give them new stuff to consider, or they're going to just go through what they was doing anyway. That's reality. All I'm doing is trying to respect the man's thought process. Hey, brother, this is what it's going to be like. You see, a lot of men don't think about, well, if she got a kid, I'm going to have to deal with the other guy. And they think they even supposed to, quote unquote, fight the other guy. No, the reality is it's his kid. How can you really fight another man about what's going on with his kid? The only thing you can set a precedent on is what you do in your house. Now, if that man don't want his kid in your house, then that man should come get his kid. And the thing is, are you willing to stand against the woman having custody of her own child if it turns into a problem? See, most men never think about that. If you're not going to stand against the woman when that father wants to get his own child, then why you with her like that?
Yeah, I'm more inclined to discourage men from even thinking about it.
I'm not saying that you have to encourage them to do it. I'm not saying that. Discouraging a man is fine. My thing is, men need to understand the real situation of what they're stepping into, and a lot of it is just not explained. Because I think if people really knew what you have to deal with a single mother, a lot of them are going to choose something different. Now, I done told you, I done been with single mothers before, but I'm a no nonsense type of person. If you say anything to me about your kid, you can just come get your kid. And I don't mind telling some woman that's what the reality is. I don't care what she thinks about the situation. I'm the leader of the household. I'm not going to allow another man to lead my household, even if he got a kid over there. I'm just not doing it. And if a woman ain't okay with that, that means guess what? She got to go too. See, I don't be worried about the stuff that most men worry about. Most of us, we can't make a decision unless we think it's good for the woman.
Here, Roger. Stand on business. Stand on business. I'm so proud of you. God damn it. At least there's one man that's going to have principles all the way to his death. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm never going to tell a man, don't discourage other men from dealing with single mothers. I'm just dealing with the reality that some of us going to do it, some of us going to not do it. But we should understand what it is if we're going to do it. You know, you can't really convince men to do anything without giving them reason. That's just real life. Because we're men. Okay, we will accept direction, but we want logical reason to accept direction. If you give a man a direction without reasoning, more than likely he's not going to follow. That's just what it is for a man.
I'm the type to say, run, get to the chopper.
Well, if that man see that stuff about to blow up, he'll just go to the chopper if the one available. But if he think everything fine and you say get to the chopper, he probably gonna stay where he at.
And you know what? I'm cool. And that's one reason why I said 99% of you men are not gonna make it. The same way that I don't want to see the child, it's the same way that I don't want to see a lot of you men. I'm to the point where it's okay for me to watch a lot of you suffer, wither, and die sometimes. Matter of fact, I like it because I get to point at them as example and say, you see this guy right there? This is what you should not do.
But see, when you do that, you at least have something to explain at that point. And that's all I'm saying. You got to give people reason. If they can see the reason, they'll make a different decision. But they got to be able to see some level of reason. Okay?
Yeah, because I stepped into it with my eyes wide open. I'm not even going to play with you. I was 24 and she was 25. She had prior experience in the military, the Navy. So, I mean, I knew she made a mistake. I didn't take on more than one. She had one child, and it was a boy. And I was like, well,
yeah. Can I ask you something?
Yes, go ahead.
Was the pussy that good?
See, this is the thing. If you go with certain logic, no woman is worth touching. You're not gonna
Hello.
get you're not gonna get a perfect one.
And
That's just not gonna
it,
happen.
it wasn't all about that, you know. I mean, sex comes with any two people in a relationship. You know, however you take it, you take it. Uh, it could be good, it could be bad. You know, for me,
Because now y'all getting kind of caught up in something that ain't really even necessary for
but
today's
no,
show.
he asked me a question though, Roger, and all I was trying to do was answer. I know
No,
he's
go
stepping
ahead.
off topic. Yeah, he's stepping off topic a little bit, but I am obliged to answer, and I'm gonna answer.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was something that I stepped into. I liked it enough, and I was willing to marry it. Okay, but I'm like I'm of the sort, and the way I was raised. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go on and purchase my cow. It was a used cow, but I purchased it, and that was my mistake. But I own my mistake. I acknowledged it here on the Rise Report and everywhere else in the Black Manosphere. You brothers know me. Y'all know my story, so uh, I'm not ashamed to admit what took place and how I'm living. So I take accountability because that's what men do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, shout out to Elder Blood. He said there is a reason why a white professor and a counselor, after championing women's causes and relationships almost 20 years, lying to men, wrote the book No More Mr. Nice Guy after his wife divorced him. And see, now I'm gonna say, y'all, there's a difference in what's going on with the women. Okay. And there's a huge difference in what's going on with black women and white women. Now, when it comes to being a baby mama, that is something they have control over. Now, if white women can have around the same number of black women, even though it's 5 times the amount of them, that should tell you something about white women, and it should tell you something about black women. What are their actual goals? You got near the same number, but you got 5 times the women. That's saying a whole lot. But I'm gonna slow down.
The white woman is looking for legitimacy in her life, through and through, all the way. The black women, unbeknownst to them, have always been the concubines of the world, for good, bad, ugly, or pretty, or worse.
All right.
No matter what. That's just my theory.
But Inspired Truth that came up, so I was about to let him get in. Inspired Truth, you got the mic, brother.
All right, all right. As for usual, peace to you, Raj. Peace to the panel. I hope everybody's doing well in the chat and having a great, fantastic Friday. I think that I'm going to try to see if I can tie this in a nice little bow, but it's like a bunch of different things going on all at the same time. In actuality, what we have is we have like an uptick in both. We have like an uptick in black single mothers and an uptick in white single mothers over the past few decades. Like both have been going up, not to the same level, but both have actually been like on their way up. And I think that a big part of that is not just kind of like the erosion of social norms, but like a push towards a bad form of romanticism, like a bad form of what's romantic. Like what's considered like romantic is like accepting a whole lot of mistakes from women and then giving them like forgiveness. And that whole forgiveness things becomes like this super toxic trend towards a romance that doesn't work. And then what we get from the same thing is like this whole push towards like all of this accountability for men. Like, okay, like you have to like constantly try to like prove your worth and prove like whatever it is that you're trying to get like forgiveness for or whatever. But like it's all like no reciprocity whatsoever. And then when we see people get into these situations, that's how like they end up getting into these situations on like some sort of like a romantic end. Like they'll be like, okay, I don't even actually belong here sitting at this table across from this woman whatsoever. But I'm over here because of like this whole romantic theme that I've been like fed on this whole forgiveness tip for the women, you know? So it's like you'll be like from a two-parent household, you'll be like a top 2% earner, and then sitting across the table from somebody who is a single mom and not like even like a fraction of what you are, and you don't belong there. You don't belong there whatsoever, but you're there though. And there's all kinds of different reasons for why. Like, okay, some of that stuff is because of like attraction or physique or aesthetics or whatever. All that plays a part into it. But you still got to kind of like deal with this point of maybe we've gone too far and given too much grace. And I'll land it there for now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say, I think a lot of people are not truly in tune with what forgiveness is. I can forgive a person for something, but that doesn't mean I have to do the same thing with them, or I have to forget about the fact that they did something that makes me want to be away from them. I can forgive you for being in the Klan, okay, but that doesn't mean I want to hang out with you. Okay, you hate me. You in the Klan, cool, cool. I'm not even tripping you in the Klan. You got a right to view me the way you want to, but I ain't got to hang out with you. You know, so this is also the thing when it comes to women. Every man's going to accept what he wants to accept, but you should understand why you accepting what you accepting. And at the end of the day, are you her leader? One of the easiest ways to find out you're not a black woman's leader is if she has a child. Because y'all have said yourselves, can you discipline her child? Because if you can't discipline her child, you ain't her leader. See, sometimes we worry about the image of stuff and not worry about the reality of stuff. If I'm your leader, how I can't discipline your child? Now, which is the bigger issue? The fact that I'm not your leader or the fact that I can't discipline your child? Which one's the bigger issue? See, for me, the bigger issue is I ain't your leader. If I'm not your leader, why am I trying to provide anything for you? Why am I trying to protect you from anything? See, I ain't got to worry about the details that don't matter. Yeah, and I'm saying in this scenario, the kid don't even matter. The fact that I am not your leader means you're not supposed to be here. And I accept that I'm not your leader. So therefore, I get rid of you. It don't make me no never mind. See, we've been trained that, you know, as black men, even if we find something wrong with the woman, we can't leave because we got to make sure she okay. Well, if you leave, you shouldn't leave because it wasn't good for her at that moment. I don't look, you either with me or you're not. And when you're not with me, your situation ain't even my concern.
I
But
think there's
black
a
men ain't trying to think that way.
I think there's another dynamic that ends up coming up here that we haven't actually discussed, and that's kind of like the idea of like a male harem. Like you got like a guy for this, a guy for that, and a guy for the other. Like you, like sometimes it'll be kind of like a ploy to really kind of have more than one dude around or doing something for them, some sort of a resource, some sort of a thing. Like even if it's not like this, they're actually like getting down with the dude, which typically they a lot of times, you know, sometimes they actually kind of are. Like it'll be like, okay, this doesn't count because it's the baby daddy. Like, oh yeah, that's not really cheating for real, because that's the baby daddy and baby daddy don't count. Like women will do all kinds of like male gymnastics, but a lot of what they'll end up doing is like kind of taking kind of resources from A and then resources from B and then doing like a Build-A-Bear type situation.
The thing is, why do I care? Either if she with me, why is she dealing with other people? You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Why do I care? I don't. So if she's dealing with other people, I'm not with her. It's that simple to me.
But you're not gonna know though.
No, I mean, technically you don't know a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, people do give clues. But what are you gonna do when you find out? That's what the real issue is, because I can't hold you to be accountable for something you're unaware of. But what are you gonna do when you find out? My thing is, if you're dealing with another man, I find out, you got to roll. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. So there is no issue for me. Okay. Because I don't plan to be with a woman who's dealing with another man. And if I ever find out I'm dealing with a woman who's dealing with another man, she gone that day. But see, a lot of black men, we don't think in those terms. We get mad at the man. We want to fight this guy who don't care nothing about you. I ain't worried about fighting him. I'm just going to get rid of her. Now,
we're still there.
What our goal was, I don't even care.
And we're still, then they'll throw on top of that, like, oh, but what about the kids, though?
The kids don't matter. the kids are not adults. So what about them?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are trained to care about what about the kids. But at the end of the day, the kids are not grown. They just have to deal with whatever their parents give them. That's reality. I've accepted that. See, my parents trained me that my opinion don't count. I knew that growing up. Now they let us have an opinion when they let us have one, and we took joy in whatever we had to get an opinion on. You could have an opinion when it comes to toys. You could have opinions when it comes to school clothes. Doesn't mean you can get anything you want. You can go pick what you want, and if they approve it, you can have it. You see what I'm saying? Which still means what? Your opinion don't mean anything as a child. It's what your parents' opinion is. Means everything. So I don't consider what kids want or like unless I want to. I may say, what movie you want to see? Cool. I'm not going to ask any child about any adult situation. I don't even care what they think. I was never bred to care what they think. I don't even understand why adults care. I understand if you like doing something for the child. I'm going to buy you a toy. Sure. What kind of toy do you want? Because you're going to be the person playing with the toy. I totally get that. But when it's an adult situation, I don't consider what no kid think, because that means as an adult, I'm supposed to listen to children. That don't make sense to me. I just can't. That's a circle I can't square. Okay, that don't make sense to me. Why would I let a child have decision-making ability over an adult situation? That don't make sense to me.
It's going to be presented as like a responsibility thing, but it's not your responsibility.
Well, if it ain't my responsibility, what am I thinking about it for?
Exactly.
Well, I don't. So, like, a lot of people will hit you with as you were saying, what about the kids? My thing is, what about them? They not mine. What do you expect me to do for kids that ain't mine? Do whatever I want to. I ain't saying I won't give a kid a gift here or there. I give a kid some here go $10. It's cool as long as it's cool with your parents here. You know what I'm saying? I pay kids off. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? Kids like me because I'll give them stuff here and there. But if there's something adult going on, I don't care what no kid think. Just do what I told you to do.
The diabolical thing about it will be like, oh, well, you've been here and you've been doing things. So now they've gotten used to this. So now you got to keep that up.
No, you don't. You do whatever you want when you want because you're an adult. Ain't that what? I mean, maybe people didn't hear it like I heard. But when I was a kid, they told me I can do what I want when I become an adult and I can pay for it. So I can do what I want with my money when I want to. And if I like you and I deal with your kid on any level and I want to give your kid something, I can give your kid something as long as I got your permission and it's cool. I can give it to your kid. But the moment I don't want to give your kid anything, it's over with. There is not even a thought process for me. If I don't want to give your kid nothing, your kid just don't get nothing. I don't even see what the big deal is. And if a person really believe their kid should have it, I'm just going to ask, why don't you give it to them? You their parent. If you really believe your child should have something and you're the parent, why won't you give it to them?
That was a key point you just mentioned there. Like you do what you want with whose money again?
Yeah, my money.
Exactly.
So I don't consider other people's thoughts on my money. I mean, what we talk about? Are we talking about me going to get some financial advice? I'll I'll consider that, but that's an adult. We talking about adult stuff. Why would I concern myself with what a kid think about money at all? I don't get that. I do understand women try to get men to consider children, and I understand that women are going to use whatever they can to manipulate things for whatever outcome they think is going to work for them. I ain't even mad at them for doing it. I just don't care that they're doing it. It doesn't mean anything to me. My decisions won't change at all. And when it comes down to it, I'm gonna say, just for purposes of the show, even dealing with a black woman, as a man, I gotta consider: do I really want to deal with them? Because if I deal with them, I'm almost guaranteed to have a baby mama. Now, if I deal with a white woman, sound like I might be able to have a child that ain't a baby mama. Just hearing what the lady said, I like the odds. But she did say something that was still messed up. I ain't even brought that up yet, but I'm gonna get into that. But I'm gonna let my main man Pookie Raw get in here first. Pookie Raw, you got it, brother. Go ahead.
Peace, fellas. Happy Friday to you, Roger. Happy Friday
Happy Friday,
to
brother.
the panel. Perfect timing and everybody else that was up here. Um, I definitely agree with what that young lady said. I don't agree with everything she says all the time. I see her now and then, and she's kind of she's a woman basically, you know what I mean. But I definitely agree with the way she broke that down and what she said. But earlier, you were saying that she somehow blamed it on men, and I'm like, I didn't hear her mention a man one time in that whole thing. I listened to it twice because I didn't want to come up here and make a fool out of myself. So if you could break
Oh,
down
that was smart.
if you could break down what the hell you was talking about, because I'm like, she basically put it all on women. She even said like, yo, you control getting pregnant.
She did, but she didn't mean it.
Oh, all right.
No, I'm gonna tell you how I know she didn't mean it. Cause she actually threw that thing in about women are having babies because they looking for love. That was her saying that the women were attempting to do the right thing, but somehow a man messed it up.
Well, well, we could play oranges and apples with that because then we could also say the woman was looking for love, but she messed up the love.
But she didn't
But
say
I
the
could.
woman messed up the love, though. She said the women had children because they were looking for love.
She didn't say the man messed up the love either.
Now, somebody messed it up. There's only two parties involved. If the women didn't do it, it's got to be the man.
I feel you. All right, I dig it because that's why I was confused. I'm like, well, what the? I still disagree with you, but I'm like, I was wondering, like, what I gotta ask Roger where he came with this conclusion from. But
To me, well, almost any woman who says stuff, even when she's supposed to try to be getting on the right side, she always throwing in loopholes so women can get away with stuff. She literally said women are single mothers because they were looking for love. Okay, but what they got was a baby, which is a bold-faced lie.
copy.
And when you look at the numbers like what she pointed out, that means she knows it's a bold-faced lie.
Copy.
So to me, she's just another deceitful woman trying to help women out and trying to help women get away with stuff they don't need to be getting away with. It
Just
is
kind
what
of
it
like,
is.
just kind of a little bit of devil's advocate, but like, wouldn't this be like a order of operations thing? Like, when you have the kids after you've found so-called love, if you believe in such a thing?
And
What
that's
it,
what I'm saying. So you got to blame it on a female because, like perfectly said, you're supposed to have found love, not looking for love. You're supposed to found it. At minimum, if you're not going to get married, at least you're supposed to have found the love.
what, but the thing is, we understand that logically because we're men. But what she is saying is, it's okay that they got pregnant because they were looking for love.
Copy.
That's like saying that you made the right play in basketball because you're on the court.
Exactly. Yeah. But then, as far as the white women being better parents, I think they have more of a they have more pride in themselves as women and as a race. You know what I mean? In their race, and they have standards. We might look at them like they savages because they are savages to a certain extent. You know, I would say they're savages to the way they treat people, but they do have standards. You know what I
Well,
mean?
at
And
least
that's
they want
one
to
thing I
raise
could give it to them.
yeah, at least they want to raise the little savages up to be like the adult savages.
You know what I mean? And at
At
least
the
they
very
know how,
least.
and at least they know how to do that. You know what I mean? We don't. There's no pride in the thing. Like this shit that's just going on in the black community, and you got people just trying to justify it. It's just ridiculous. And I don't think we ever going to be able to get to any levels. And then on top of that, the shit that made me mad was when she was the thing that made me mad at her joint was she was naming the numbers 20 million black women and 100 million white women. If y'all didn't have all these abortions, it would have been 60. It could have been 60 million or 80 million black women to that 100 million black white women. But they
I,
don't. And no one. And that's one thing that I gets on my nerve. No one ever calls that thing out to them. I haven't seen one of these panels where they talking and stuff, and they be like, "Well, if y'all didn't do this, we would have some power."
I think that what we have here
But,
is
but
like we. Oh, go
okay,
ahead, get Tunnel
okay,
Runner.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Tunnel Runner then came up. Tunnel Runner, you got the
Oh,
flow, brother. We'll give it right back to you, Inspired.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is that she set it up in a bad situation. If they're out of order, we not following order. Get married. What we trying to tell you women: get married before you carry. You would be putting yourself in a better situation. Y'all they're putting themselves in a bad situation from the get go. And then even when they mess up and realize they're messing up, they're not trying to fix it. The reason why in other communities they find out that they messed up and then they try to fix it. We the women are trying to be too defiant and trying to do this independent thing, and it ain't working for them. And so, how you gonna find a man trying to be independent, and you want a man to depend on? It's just the mindset is holding them back.
And I just want to point out real quickly, she literally said, "I would never tell you to get married before having a child." That was part of her presentation.
no, she said.
Exactly, she's setting
No,
them up
no,
for failure.
She said I would never tell you to get married before having sex. She didn't say getting pregnant.
Okay, okay. We'll stand corrected on that. We'll stand corrected on that. You are completely right, my brother. You're completely right. But and Inspire, you was finna say something. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that what we have are like social scams and propaganda. Like you'll have like your elite class kind of turning the dials and putting certain messaging out there, and some people take to those messages a little bit more than others because of the status of being like a minority in a majority against a majority population. So there's like a need for belonging, a want for belonging, and so there's more of a preference for adopting whatever kind of comes out from the social designers from the propaganda.
Is that a long, tricky way of saying people just white supremacists out here? Was that what that was? Or was it something else?
Sort of,
I don't
yeah,
want to
sort
accuse you
of.
if that ain't what you was doing.
It's a little bit of that tied into like a desire to want to belong. It happens to be that the majority here is palm colored people, the white folks. So yeah, there is an adoption of white supremacy, uh, and also what's being peddled by elites.
Okay. My thing is a lot of that can coincide. you know,
Hmm.
and see, my thing is this: if people listening to women like that, why would I expect something to improve? I didn't hear her hold women accountable. She said, okay, women have control of having babies, but at the same point, she also said they was just looking for love. So you literally told women what their excuse is when they don't do right. You gave them an excuse and they haven't even done the act yet. That don't sound like anybody. Put like this: there would be nowhere in the world I would elect for my daughter to listen to her. Nowhere in the world. Because I already know what she gonna get my daughter pregnant. She listen to her, she definitely gonna get pregnant. She listen to this woman, she definitely gonna have a kid out of wedlock. And she gonna be trying to tell me that she was just looking for love. As if I'm supposed to accept that.
Well,
You
that's
know,
kind of, I think that's a little bit of the challenge of like talking to women in the modern era, because we kind of like have them up on this pedestal. So we have to always like soften the tone. It's like, okay, here's this pill of truth and reality that we got to give you. But in order for us to give it to you, we got to like coat it in all this sugar. And now we're giving you diabetes instead.
well, see, I don't agree with softening tone. I think that's nonsense. Why would I soften my tone? If the tone I gave you didn't give me the result I want, why wouldn't I speak in a more harsh tone? I've literally told that to women. I told a woman what to do. She wasn't listening. I yelled at her what to do. She said, "Why are you talking to me like that?" I said, "Because for some reason you couldn't hear me when I said it the other way. So I said it in a way assuming you would understand. You seem to get it now, though, don't you?
I've
You see what I'm
actually,
saying? I literally checked the woman for even addressing me about my tone and showed her if it's your fault, I need to speak up to you because you should have got it right the first time.
it
Don't you
actually solved.
dare talk to me about my tone if you don't respond correct the first time. But go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that you actually have like
Yeah.
a real point. Like there's like actually a few people out there, a few ladies out there that really don't take you seriously until you kind of elevate that tone because of like how they grew up. Like they might like grown up a certain way where, okay, yelling really meant that you were actually serious. Like, so you're not actually serious until you take that harsher tone.
Yeah, like
Now,
they like big kids, and that's why I say like, so you want me to say it to you soft 38 times, but if you tell a kid something and you tell them how to tell a kid something more than twice, it's cool to yell at them. And I'm like, bro, you supposed to get yelled at. You a grown person. The kid should get told 10 times softly, but you a grown ass person. You supposed to get told 2 times a minimum before this person starts screaming. And this is the point where we're at. We didn't told them many of times. How much patience do you think the black community is supposed to have before we start yelling?
yeah, and see, my thing is, you got about one time with me. I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna check you on it because I'm literally giving you a message. If I got to yell at you too much, you gone. Because I'm not gonna spend my time always yelling at some bra. I'm not doing that. Okay, it ain't about her thing. It just look crazy. If I got to yell at you all the time, you just ain't supposed to be here. That's
But
my
it's a,
mindset.
but you're supposed to sell it softly like multiple times, like infinite times. That's how you be romantic, Raj.
Oh, what woman knows anything about romance? Have you ever met a romantic woman? Because as far as I can tell, women ain't romantic at all. So now man, I ain't trying to hit none of that. I don't need to be yelling. What if I need to talk somewhere and I'm yelling at you and now I can't even speak where I'm supposed to be speaking? I ain't finna play these games with people. You either gonna get it right or you gotta get gone. I will say this. There's nothing that I do where I'm not trying to be effective. I don't do that. I don't do anything where I'm not actually trying to be effective. So when I said something to you, that was my attempt to be effective then. If I had to say it again, which I'm probably gonna yell, that's me trying to be effective. And when you would got the nerve to even address me about yelling, I'm going to get on your case because my point is I shouldn't have had to yell. This is your fault. And if you make me yell too many times, you gone. But see, a lot of men won't address women that way because we are trained that whatever results they want are supposed to be the ones in place. If you with me, you with me. And if you're not, you're not. How do I have to continue to yell at a person who's actually with me? And I don't think black men consider that. You know,
Look, you know the. Oh, go ahead.
no, I'll stop for you. Go ahead, real
Oh,
quick
okay.
for the
I
Ivy
was
League get in here.
all right. You know the paradoxical thing about this thing is like on your end. you'll have to go and say you're taking like a trip. So you'll go and you'll get the tickets together. You'll get the hotel together. Maybe you end up having to get like 2 hotels, and then you're dealing with the logistics of the Uber and how you're going to move around and all that stuff. And then on her, so you have all this other stuff going on in your cognitive load. And then you're asking for like a simple thing like bring a blanket, and then they'll feel some type of way when you didn't remember that she said she's gonna wear a yellow hat, so you need to wear a yellow shirt tomorrow. Like that is it's not equal. There's no reciprocity, is what I'm saying.
That's not a good idea to rock with if you're gonna be with me. I'm just that's gonna cause you problems messing with me. But let me let this Ivy Leaguer get in here real quick. We're gonna turn the floor over to my main man. Roast beef is in the house. Roast beef, you got it, my brother. You got it.
Thank you, sir. Roast beef is what's for dinner on y'all niggas' table.
I knew you was going there.
So, but let me clarify. So you're asking who wants to be a single mother more? White women or black women?
I mean, somebody wanted the most.
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna say white women want to be a single mother more. Right? I think black women is just caught up in circumstances, man. We gotta forgive our queens and we gotta love on them and say, like, you know what I mean, and give them grace. But these white women over here, man, it ain't no reason for them to have babies out of wedlock. They run the country. They got all the access and everything in the world. Ain't no reason in the world they should be having 6.2 million single moms. Ain't nowhere in the world. Because, you know, we know our condition. We know how the communities are. And there's reasons why there's single motherhood, right? Truth teller can't control himself. Inspired truth can't control himself. We know how this stuff is happening. But, I mean, you know what I mean? But if you white, I mean, the world is your oyster. America's your oyster. Ain't no reason why. So I have to say, without a doubt, that white women, if you're a white woman and you're a single mom, you wanted that shit. Ain't no doubt about it. I'm passing back on that.
Well, I will agree. If a white woman becomes a single mother, she wanted it. But I'm also gonna say if a black woman becomes a single mother, she wanted it too. Why would anybody be a single mother at this point and they don't want it? The only thing I can come up with is a widow. That's the only woman I know who doesn't want to be a single mother.
I mean,
and
but
became one.
Nah, because a lot of people, I mean, like, niggas are good liars. How many times have Pookie Raw been pillow talking some hoe just to get her panties and then been out the next day?
You know what you're forgetting though? You're forgetting about like that 1 million or more kids that the black women have that we don't have in between like a 4-year period. Like this ain't all this ain't all brothers here. This is
Yeah,
also Brad.
I'm not. Well, I mean, look, let's talk about Puerto Rico and Javier and Al Gore for a minute, right? You know, we know how they get down. We know that from the data, black women want to be with white men. So if Brad is gonna be like, let me hit it raw because you're my everything, she gonna do it. Cause Brad is close to God. So you know what I mean? That is something that black people need to go to therapy about, their love affair with white people. Because that's psychosis.
Yeah, but you know something else is psychosis? Because you said a guy would lie to a woman to get the draws.
Yeah.
What about the fact that the women don't want to deal with the men that tell them the truth? So I don't see that as an issue when you avoid men that tell you the truth. Now, see, if they wasn't avoiding men for telling them the truth, I'd be like, well, you got a point. But I don't think there's a point there.
No, there is a point because they don't know when these niggas lying, man. They don't know.
They want a man that's lying to them.
Roger.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you don't even have to lie to them. They just gotta like they'll lie to themselves.
I mean, I'm not saying anybody has to lie, but at the end of the day, they like liars. So if you like liars, how is it a problem that someone's lying to you?
I truly believe that black women got fooled and bamboozled.
Yeah, right.
All of them every time, huh?
No, I would say about 51%, 51, 52%. Not all of them, but a lot of them got fooled and bamboozled. Like
But
like
there's
what the
so
woman said. Like the woman said, yeah, they need to manage themselves better. I agree with that, but I do think that black women are not as vicious to just be randomly getting pregnant out there. I think it takes two to tango.
Yeah, they tangle with enough dicks until they come up pregnant. It takes one person to make. It takes one woman to make a decision she will get pregnant. Because if you don't want to get pregnant, you're not gonna get pregnant. Let's just be real about that.
No, you can't. If you don't want to get, you can't. If you don't want to get pregnant, you still can get pregnant. But having a child is a decision.
No, no.
Giving birth is a decision. I
If
agree with that.
if you don't want to get pregnant, you not getting pregnant because you either gonna not have sex or you're gonna have well protected sex, and you're not gonna get pregnant.
Yeah,
speaking
but I
of
mean, sometimes you start with the condom and then you don't finish with the condom.
She don't
Niggas be
even need. She don't even need you to wear a condom. She can provide her own protection. The
don't we have
condom is just extra.
don't we have like the highest rates of wearing those though? I mean, amongst black men, aren't we like some of
yeah.
the highest users
Yeah,
of it?
but that is something. Technically, that's something that the man is doing. But she can tell a man to put the condom on, and he's
And
stuck at that point. He got to put it on. But I'm saying
little
even with a condom, she can still protect herself
little
in
known
another
fact.
way that does not include the condom.
Little known fact. You know that they make condoms for women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we know, but my point is she can have two forms of protection. The condom is one that the man is wearing. She can still use her own form of protection. You can use two forms of protection at the same time. Because women will say, and let's keep it real. A lot of women will make a claim that the condom broke. Okay, maybe it did. So if the condom is really breaking, not that I actually believe when they say it, but if they are breaking these condoms where they claiming they breaking them, shouldn't you use some other form of protection just in case the condom break?
Yeah, absolutely. Protect yourself at all times. But I'm just
Which
saying,
means they're not getting pregnant unless they want to be pregnant.
nah, accidents happen.
The
It
condom and
takes
another form is that's not an accident.
and it takes a certain time period too. Like so you have to have the accident at the certain time for the thing to happen. And it's like adding in extra probability though.
So are you telling me this from experience?
I'm telling you this from biology. Like you have an ovulation period. Like so you have to
What?
have that slip up and you have to have that slip up at a certain time.
You sound like you got a bunch. You got a bunch of slip ups right now, brother. You sound like you
No,
got a bunch.
I
no,
don't.
no,
No,
no, no.
no,
He's
I
making a point because if women know when they're ovulating,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're gonna have sex while you're ovulating, you know you're increasing the
This
chance of your
man
pregnancy.
sounds like a professional baby maker, Roger.
I don't know what you're trying to get at, but I'm saying that is a fair point. A woman who's ovulating knows she has an increased risk of pregnancy during that ovulation period.
Yeah,
She does
I get
know
that.
that.
I understand that, right? And she knows that. And y'all two niggas know that. So hey,
Yeah, I do know it. And you know why I found out? Well, technically, I found out in high school through classes and stuff, but I also confirmed with women that they know when they ovulate.
because you got that call, Roger. I'm pregnant.
No, I just asked women, do you know when you ovulate? Because it came up in the discussion once, and I went out and served women to see if they know when they're ovulating. And it came back, yes, women do know when they're ovulating.
Hey, it's okay because I know half the brothers on here have definitely received that call. I ain't gonna try to put nobody's business out there, but I'm pretty sure half y'all niggas got that call.
Yeah, you know why we got that call? We got that call because she wanted to have three guys on the hook for the same kid.
Hey,
Well, my point is she get pregnant when she wants to. I do understand you can try to avoid pregnancy. You may only do it where you tell a man to put the condom on. Now, people do make this claim, but it seemed to be very convenient how they make that claim. But even if I were to believe them, the thing is, the majority of women who come up pregnant literally wanted to be pregnant. Okay, how many people are we going to accept got pregnant because the condom broke? I'm not saying that's impossible, but that's not a probable situation. So at the end of the day, if she got pregnant, she was looking for it. Okay, that's just for the vast majority. She was looking for it. And at the end of the day, once a woman decides she's going to get pregnant, you can't stop her. There's married women who would cheat on their husband because they want another baby. And the husband will be like, I don't want another baby. It's not a good time, whatever the case is. He shuts that whole thing down, and she would literally go start cheating on her husband so she can get pregnant. It is what it is, man. So you want it. And I'm saying if we looking at percentages of people coming up pregnant, it seems like black women love to come up pregnant. Because I know something that's very not really acknowledged. Black men ain't even comfortable having children with black women anymore. I'm not saying we don't want to. We're not comfortable doing it. And that's holding black women back. Now, what if we was more comfortable? Their numbers would be more ridiculous at this particular point. But I got two other guys that came up. So, truth teller, you got the flow, my brother. You got the flow. Come on, don't be doing this, truth teller. We done seen you unmute your mic. I ain't heard nothing.
Child support.
Okay. A dangerous question. Does anybody hear truth teller?
I personally don't.
All right. Truth teller, I'm gonna kick you off and get your situation right and come on back. And
you have to tell them that.
business, go ahead. Usual business, do your thing.
When it comes to the topic of single moms, I kind of look at it like this. I think the population of black women is like black people in America is like 45 million, if I remember correctly, and that's plus the immigrants. That's plus the immigrants. White women have with the population of 300, I think it was 300 million or something like that, 300 million, and only a quarter of them necessarily, 1/3 of them are single moms, bro. And when you compare that to in the black community, that's just like 80 or 90%. So I have to say that based on the logic and the actions that these individuals are having, that yes, more black women want to be single moms. And I think to one of the guys that was up here a few minutes ago, I think it was, I forgot his name. A woman knows when she wants to get pregnant. Trust me, I've been in Africa. They keep this shit down to a cycle. They have a good days, they off days. They literally know this week I can get pregnant, this week I can't. They literally have it down to a science. So when anybody ever says, or any woman say I accidentally got pregnant, that is a lie. Women don't accidentally get pregnant. They choose who they when they get pregnant and who they get pregnant by, and they will always do that. That is one thing that's biologically was always under their control. Who leads, and the leader necessarily is always going to be the man by default, and that's what biology ascertained. So whoever, quote unquote, when a woman wants to get pregnant, that's on her, and it will always be on her. So I'm just gonna let that be what I say for a moment, and I'm just gonna watch from the clouds. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna give one quick correction because I believe he said like 80 to 90% of black women are single mothers. No, of the black women who become single mothers, the majority, of the black women who become mothers, the majority are single mothers. It's not that the majority of black women are single mothers. I think they're a little under 50% right now, but we can always check. I just checked to see how many black women live in America right now. I said estimated number of 21.5 million, which is close to the 20 million she presented. I'm gonna check the other numbers in a second. But of the women who become mothers that happen to be black, yes, the vast majority of them are single mothers. So just want to make sure that's clear. Now, at the end of the day, yes, a woman has to make an effort to become a single mother because you got to go out and start having sex with men while you're ovulating. So it's a deliberate act at the end of the day. Because if you don't do it while you're ovulating, it don't count. Now we got Truth Teller back, so we'll see if he good to go or not. Truth Teller, what's up, my brother? And he gone just that quick. Soon as I said, he disappeared. So we'll see if he come back. So now back to my point. Okay, so I'm looking it up. It says 21.5 black women happen to live in America. So her 20 million ain't that far off at the end of the day. Okay. But when you have a child in a free country like America is, you know what I'm saying? We can do stuff here that maybe people can't necessarily do in other places. Women can have babies at a whim in this particular country. They just got to decide that they want one, and there it is. And all they got to do is have sex with enough men until they get pregnant. That's what black women decide to do. Now nobody's forcing them to get pregnant. We don't have a bunch of women having babies because somebody took it from them and then had them trapped for 9 months or something around 9 months so that baby can develop and then she has the baby. Like, that's not really happening. Okay. And according to what I'm looking up right now, it says white women is like 100 to 102 million white women in the United States. Just so those numbers are pretty close to what I'm pulling up online. Okay, the numbers are pretty close. So there are about 5 times as many white women as there are black women in this country, which would mean you should have about 5 times as many single mothers amongst white women if white women were as bad as black women. They're not. So now, why are black women steady letting white women top them? They don't have to do that. Anything that's social, you got a choice about it. This is not a financial thing. This is not, how people see you as a status, but it could affect your status as a people. So why black women choosing to have all these kids out of wedlock? This is desire, man. I think we just got to accept this is a true desire. You when you put them off as groups, you got about the same many. You got about the same results as somebody that's 5 times as large as you. Now, depending on the context, that's good. If it was about getting money and some other restaurant chain had 5 times as many locations as you get, and your money's comparable the same, yeah, that's kind of awesome. That means you're doing a great job. That means you're doing it big. So we can't look, we can't now say, well, now it's about who's a single mother and who's not. And then, we don't put that same level of what it is into that scenario. White women got 5 times the locations, but don't have nowhere close to 5 times the business when it comes to baby making. That's crazy. So I think black women, in comparison to white women, they just don't even want to be as stable as white women. Now, people will say, well, a lot of stuff has happened over the years. We had slavery and all that. I can't deny stuff happened. But when is it going to be okay for black women to desire to be better than the white women? What's so wrong with that? And it's a stat that they can control. It's not like they can't control it. You live in a country that says it's your body, your choice. You literally can control it. We hear you, brother.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, baby. You want to sing show tunes or something? I ain't saying you can't.
That boy about to hit the show.
I just want you to be aware.
He about to hit the show tune. Boy. He about to get the top hat and everything.
I just want you to be aware. We can hear you.
Nah, come on.
American Idol, boy.
I was reading something that was so ignorant that it took me off.
Yeah. Look, what I'm saying is, as black men, I think the best thing we can do is literally encourage black women to be better. Yeah, we're gonna have to get on their case to a certain degree, but I do believe getting on their case is part of encouraging them to do better. And I'm gonna say, I don't really do a whole lot of comparison stuff with people, but I think in this case, because black women love because black women love white women so much, we could possibly inspire them to have more weddings instead of just kids, because that's what white women are doing. Now, I know it sounds crazy, and you shouldn't have to do that, but being realistic, hey, black woman, yeah, white women have kids out of wedlock too, but not at the rate y'all have them. Why don't you try to be like this white woman and actually get married before you have kids? How about that? Or how about you fix something? Yeah, I know multiple black men who got somebody pregnant and they just went and married the woman. Honestly, a lot of that goes on in the black community. If y'all pay attention to people getting married and who's the ring boy or the ring girl, you will see a lot of corrective actions have been made when it comes to black men. It might have took a few years to get the woman to be okay or to calm her down so he can marry her. It might have took a few years, but that's why you got a little girl that's 4 years old, little boy that's 4 years old, and he going down the aisle. Now he ain't supposed to exist yet. I get that. But a lot of small children are participating in their parents' wedding. And I don't think black men even paying attention to that or giving ourselves the credit we deserve for doing that. We are trying to actually work out with these women, and we got our own children participating in a wedding that they ain't supposed to be in because they ain't supposed to exist yet. But hey, it is what it is. Now, why do it take that long to get some woman to act right so the man can marry her? That's also a choice that's up to women. That's up to women. But we don't hold them accountable for stuff. We say stuff like what she said. Well, the women was just looking for love. No, they wasn't. Love
Roger,
is free.
you got huge research. Got huge research. I just want you to know.
I'm sorry, say it again. I got what?
You got huge research coming back on the mic.
Bro, it's difficult. You saying I got huge research coming back with that?
Nah, that's AL Mobile. He said you got reverb coming from your microphone.
Reverb coming back.
Oh, reverb. Okay. Well, you know what? I go get my stuff corrected for a hot second, and y'all could just carry on for 2-3 minutes until I get back. And shout out to Elder Blood. Well, let me do this first though. Shout out to Elder Blood. I don't know how I missed this, but he said, Roger, can you read and survey last comment? Real talk. Okay, let me see what Elder Blood had said. All right. Elder Blood said, Roger, chat. What I found out about white women recently is that white women have a strong desire to build solid foundational legacies with their men. Black women collectively don't give a F. It's all about them. Now, I'm going to say that makes sense to me based on stats. That definitely makes sense to me. Based on the sentiment I see amongst black women, I can easily agree with that. Do white women want strong foundations and legacies with their men? I'm going to say yes, because a lot of white women have shown that they have issues with white men, but yet they will still come together for the sake of their future generations. It's not like they get along like that, but for the future generations to have some level of rulership, they will drop issues amongst themselves because they want to rule some niggas. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be a high level of rulership, but they want their race to still be in charge later on down the road. I think that's a very real thing. Now, can y'all kind of elaborate on that a little bit while I dip out and come back in?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or whatever you want to deal with until I get back. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second before y'all go. We got Raw Dog coming in, so Raw Dog can give his opening statement too while I dip out real fast and get my stuff together. Okay, so Raw Dog, you got the flow, brother. You got the flow.
Man, I got to step in here, man. I'm up here listening to Mr. Ruffin blaming niggas like me for all these babies out here, and they just don't. Y'all niggas just don't understand. These women, if you don't give them skin to skin, they ain't gonna let you put it in. And I just give them what they want. Now every now and then, somebody get pregnant, and every now and then somebody keep it. Yeah, I got 8 different kids from 7 different baby mamas, but I'm
Nasty
just giving them what they want. I'm
nasty
just giving them
bastard.
hey man, I'm giving them what they want because y'all ain't giving them what they want. See, y'all ain't raw dogging like me. If y'all was raw dogging like me, y'all will understand.
Responsible black men. You nasty bastard.
I'm responsible. I'm responsible for all these children out here. That what my responsibility lied. And I'm tired of y'all blaming brothers like me for giving these women what they want. See, while y'all niggas out there working and being productive and trying to make money, somebody got to lay her down because she be tired. And I
Okay,
just show up
okay,
to lay her down.
okay. You go ahead, Tyrone. You keep up the good work.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. That's why she be smiling when y'all get home. Y'all gotta stop blaming brothers like me. I'm the good brother that keep the woman happy for you.
Nah.
You know
You
what I'm
see,
saying?
you filthy sperminator.
Now I don't need y'all taking no paternity tests or none of that. Just take care of them children, man. Just take care of them children. And
You
this
first.
this
You got 8. You first. You got 8.
nah, I got 8 that I unclaimed. There's a few of them out there that y'all brothers take care of, and I appreciate y'all. Now I'm raw dog, and I'm out.
You filthy sperminator.
That nigga need Jesus.
Hey, he's doing Lord's work, man. Come on. He's doing Lord's work. Many of you niggas, y'all don't want to have children for real.
That's a heathen.
Y'all,
That is
y'all,
a
y'all,
typical heathen if you ask me.
y'all are wearing condoms. Y'all are pulling out. Y'all are forcing these women to be on birth control. Some niggas got to do the dirty job, and he's not willing to do it. Somebody got to do it. Come on
The
now.
first the first commandment God gave was to be fruitful and multiply. I'm just doing what the Lord say do.
I got one
Yeah.
more question in there because I know you go by Atlanta then. So, guys, so how many
No,
cases
no.
herpes you got,
I
bro?
stay away from petri dishes.
Oh, nah. Do I heard you go to Florida though too though, bro? That's the HIV capital, boy. Don't be playing with me down there. Don't be playing with me
Listen,
now.
now, listen. I take my chances down there in Florida. I ain't gonna even lie. I take my chances. But but that
He,
Atlanta and Houston, no.
nah.
No, the Gremlins don't took over down there. God dang. But
He's taking his chances with the alligators.
yeah, I take my chances with the Gators. But y'all got something. Y'all got gorillas up there. Goddamn it! No.
Gorillas, okay.
Now, I'm coming back in, y'all. I'm coming back in. I heard some of that nonsense, and I'm gonna say this, y'all. See, this is where there's a problem. You got somebody talking about they getting blamed. I ain't never once said that some guy is the problem for some woman getting pregnant. I done literally been saying the whole show she do that because that's what she wants to do.
Nah, I heard Mr. Ruffin up here talking about my fellas up here
No.
and blaming us.
Bro, don't no
I'm definitely
woman
blaming
in
your
this
ass.
country come up pregnant unless she truly has a desire for it. You know?
Exactly.
This is what it
Exactly.
is. She got a
She got the
desire to
desire,
do
and y'all fellas ain't got the desire to put that baby batter in there. But I got plenty of extra baby batter.
it. But the thing is,
And he be
let's not
bringing some extra shit with it too, bro.
uh,
I know you. I know.
look, my thing is no, even though he's joking, but he's representing the real thing. A lot of men, we because we want to protect these women so much, we don't want to blame them for what they're doing. If a woman wants to get pregnant, she's gonna jump over enough dicks until she gets it. That's what I said earlier. I even mentioned the fact you have women who are in marriages that will go to their husband and say, I want another baby. And if the husband say no, a lot of them women will literally go start having sex outside the marriage just to get that baby. When a woman wants a baby, ain't really nothing we can do about it as men. She gonna come up with a baby. It just is what it
I don't
is.
know.
But if we don't act like that's what the case is, there's no reason for them to do anything different. You know, people say you gotta, Black Rule has definitely said a lot about you have to put certain parameters just to make sure these women ain't gonna go crazy. But are we gonna actually do it? You know, that's why I said earlier about even if you a guy and you dealing with a baby mama, okay, you could deal with that baby mama, but can you discipline her child? It's real easy to find out you're not a woman's leader if she got a kid. It's very easy, but guys ignore it.
Man,
You know,
man, these women out here, they want a guy like me that's tall, strong, got tattoos, and did 5 to 10 in the pen. So they know I can protect them, and they want my seed so they can reproduce me. Now we just need y'all to take care of these little niggas. That's all we can. Why we can't just all get along and work together?
now let's
Why we
not
can't do that?
I
throw
mean,
no
cause you
false
doing all the work,
narratives.
bro.
Let's not throw no false narratives out there. The women don't look for those men to protect them. Those are men they can control. You know what I'm saying? So let's not conflate BS with the real thing. Yeah, she can control the nigga that did 5 to 10, but she ain't looking for his protection. Let's be realistic about that. These women don't even respect those men. Now, they show plenty to let everybody know they don't respect those men. But people want to argue something different because it's about their egos at the end of the day. You know, and that ain't. I'm not even saying that is not because women don't respect the men doing the right thing anyway. Black women have a large disrespect for anybody that happens to be male and black at the same time. That's what it generally is. And the sad part is, black men get what's supposed to be their self esteem from if women respect them or not. That's why I know there's too many brothers that have a lack of self esteem. Because if you had self esteem, you wouldn't care what a woman considered about you, and that's real talk. The real thing is, how do you consider her? You're supposed to be the person who's going to go out and do for her. You are supposed to protect and provide for your woman. The level that you're willing to do that shows how much you care about her. It's not the other way around, but we do treat it as the other way around. Now, my thing is, I'm just bringing this point up because, again, you have the comparison number, which the numbers are seemingly coming out about right. You got about 100 million white women, and then you got 20 million black women. And black women single motherhood is on par with white women single motherhood, even though they're 5 times larger. If you want to get real about it, black men shouldn't be talking to black women. With numbers like this is crazy. So when women say stuff like y'all shouldn't even be trying to talk to white women, bro, pull us out your cap. But do you know white women only have about the same amount of single mothers as black women do, even though they're 5 times as large. So the chances of me not ending up in a situation where I don't have custody of my child are just a lot slimmer over there. If I do it with you, you know, the chance of me not being in my own child's life grow exponentially. Which should I want? Which one should I want? Should I want to be with the woman where I can probably raise my child? Or should I be with the woman where I'm probably not going to get to raise my child? Now, I'm not saying that white women are, quote unquote, better than black women. Black women say that based on actions.
I will.
Yeah. Well, no. Black women said based on actions, they said it already. If it's 5 times as many white women than black women, and they got relatively the same amount of single mothers, Black women said white women are better than them.
And I concur. And all I'm doing, I'm supporting their theory. That's all I'm saying. I support the facts.
So my thing is, y'all, when we see stuff like these are great tools, if you ask me. So black women can get better understanding why you want to go deal with somebody else. I ain't saying anybody has to deal with somebody else, but this is a great tool to inform women of why you're dealing with somebody else. You know what? That's like it's like the next time a black woman say, "Well, see, y'all just want white women." Well, since there's a lot less of a chance of them being a single mother, that's probably a pretty good idea. That's probably a great thought. That's probably exactly what we should do. Because if we know we have babies with you, more than likely, you're gonna be a baby mom. Because that's clearly your desire. Okay? Bronk, I got you. Bronk need the link. Bronk need the link. I got you, Bronk. I don't know what be going on with you needing this link.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Don't be moving too fast, Roger. Don't be moving too fast.
You know what? You just made me realize how I can do it slightly faster too. How about that? Because I already copied and pasted it, so all I gotta do is go right back into my stuff. It'll come right up.
Hey,
there you go,
that nigga gotta stop using that flip phone, man.
You might have one. You can't find these links.
Nigga out here trying to log. Nigga out here trying to log on with a BlackBerry and going on, man. What the heck? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Phone, boy.
Yeah.
Hey man, first and foremost, if they brought the BlackBerry back, man, I'm on it. I'm on it.
I'm
on that BlackBerry. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. But shout out Roger Chat, all the ain't shit niggas on the panel, especially Reset and Mr. Ruffin over here. Or what is he? Roast beef. Roast beef. Man. The question, who wants it more? When you ask that question, Roger, what are you really asking with that? Who wants to be a single mother more?
I mean, how do you interpret it, my brother? How do you interpret that?
Well, if you're asking who wants to be a single mother more, well, the numbers are showing us that, and that was really the only thing I agree with in the clip with old girl. But 20 million black women in the U.S. Approximately, it's about 21.5 million. Whatever. Close enough. Yes, about 100 million white women. Yet 4 million black women compared to 6 million, about 6 million white women are single mothers. So if the question being asked, who wants it more? Well, apparently black women want to be single mothers more, right? Because 20% of them are single, or roughly 25% of them are single mothers versus about 6% of white women. And that is a choice. For anybody who doesn't believe that black women being a single mother is a choice, well, less than 2 years after I divorced my ex-wife, she's pregnant out of wedlock. When she told me she was pregnant, I said, congratulations. Hope you and the guy work out. Well, I'm not looking for marriage.
That's a pretty strong statement.
It's a pretty strong statement.
She went Cardi B.
It sounds like a choice to me that don't want to be married. They liberally want to be single mothers. Something you said as well, Roger, was that get them pregnant. We have
is that me? Because I didn't hear him, y'all.
Nah, he's on AL Mobile. That's the problem.
He wasn't saying shit anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Bronk, we lost you. You said I had said something. I didn't even hear what you said. I said, but I figured that was the best part of whatever you said, though. But
he ran out of minutes on his BlackBerry.
Shout out to Woman of the Past. She says there's no more natural order of things, therefore everybody's lost. I'm in the background listening. Thank you so much for being logical and realistic about the natures of women these days. Well, thank you, Women of the Past. I appreciate you big time and great to see you again. Great to see you again. And I mean that. Okay, go ahead, Bron. Well, you was like, I
No,
had
okay,
said
so yeah,
something,
yeah.
but we didn't hear what you
So
said. Anything after that?
He
all
was
right,
lying anyway.
all right. So you uh, have their families with white women at this point. Now, black men start going to white women, and then they actually have less divorce rates. They're actually in the home with the children. Then those numbers themselves will start to show the world, anybody who's listening and paying attention, that black men are not the problem. So I'm gonna land my plane with that.
Okay, okay. Now I'm gonna say I definitely agree that black men are not the problem. That's for sure.
Now,
That's 100% for
I
sure.
disagree with you. Let me tell you why I disagree with you. Just because the dominant society let a few of you nickels get good jobs, your nickels get into the NBA, the NFL. Y'all want wives. Y'all forgot that y'all just a bunch of niggas. Wives are for men. You better get you one of them fat hoes and do something with it. Them fat hoes with the 12 baby daddies. Y'all want good wives and things like that. No. Y'all don't get wives. Y'all get hoes. And that's the problem with y'all niggas. Y'all beside yourselves.
And
Nah.
trust me, raw dogging these hoes is the best thing for me.
Pookie out here
I hate
clowning
both of
today,
y'all right
man.
now, bro. I hate both of y'all.
Well, I mean, we do got to look at the fact that black women like to have sex with compromised men, and they prefer having babies with compromised men. But I'm gonna tell y'all, you got to get the whole thing right. It's not that black women don't want to get married; they don't want to get married to you because you a nigga to them. You don't have all this stuff going on when they believe they can marry a white man. Any black woman who believes they can marry a white man, they usually act a lot differently. Matter of fact, many of you guys will say she acting like a valley girl. See, when she believes she can get a white man, she presents herself far better. The Some of the stuff that they do that we as black men don't like is a manifestation of their lack of belief that they will get a white man. Now, my thing is, we got so much ego that we don't want to let that go. Yeah, we rather say she don't want to get married at all because we don't want to honestly say she don't want to get married to what she sees as a nigga, because that would include us. You know.
I'm following.
Now, my thing is, I'm willing to say it because I see what the actual issue is, and because my manhood doesn't come from what a woman says, it's easy for me to say it. But let's be real: a lot of black men, their manhood comes from what for them personally, they do believe their manhood is 100% integrated with what black women think of them. Since my manhood don't come from that place, it's real easy for me to see what the situation is. They don't want to get married to a black man, and if they think they got a shot, they present themselves a lot differently.
Coach.
Now the ones who don't think they got a shot, yeah, they gonna get fat. Cause why not? Yeah,
Hey,
they have
right.
kids by a bunch of bum neck dudes, cause why not? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
What other race of women can you say in this nation is in their second to third generation of out of wedlock pregnancies and out of wedlock
Nah.
homes?
As a collective, this is not a problem for other women of this nation. I ain't saying ain't none of
Uh,
them did it, but it's not a problem
Sir,
like it's a
Yeah,
problem for us.
sir,
that's the
sir,
whole point I'm making.
sir. This is not a problem. It's called a family tradition, sir. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, you
Hey,
can't have a
hey,
family if you don't have a family. But you know what? I will bring that up. A lot of people are trying to make them families. Yeah, y'all ever notice how people will cause a woman with some kid a family?
Uh,
Now, why do y'all do that? That ain't no family. You know,
man,
you can't have a family unless it's headed by a man. So why do you call them family? Because a lot of us we think even if it come wrong, it's still right. And I'm saying we got to mentally change stuff that's wrong in our own heads. You know, I'm not gonna call a car with 100,000 miles on it brand new. I'm not gonna do that because it ain't brand new. It's not to be offensive to the car. Well, it's not to make an owner mad or something like that. But I'm not calling no car with 100,000 miles on a brand new. Yeah,
Once
yeah.
again,
This like brand new. It's only 150,000 miles. No, it ain't.
I got I got the object, sir. I got two baby mamas that are born again virgins. I got the object to that, sir. I got the object.
You know what?
They
The
don't gave their
Bible.
life to the Lord. The Lord said they are new creatures. Now, who are you to say that they ain't, sir?
When you talk about new creatures, actually talking about the person from the inside, not the person from the outside, which means
All
they
right,
wouldn't
listen.
be, even
I,
biblically, they wouldn't be born again virgins.
See,
Even
you sound
biblically.
like you go through the trouble of actually reading and understanding stuff. We ain't doing that over here. I believe what these women tell me, sir. Especially since I don't have to pay no rent. They right.
I totally get why you would take that position.
Now he joking, but it's men like this, man, that just maybe want to backhand their ass when they talk like this.
Now, I don't want to back it. I just feel sad for them because I understand women rule them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel sad for men and the real men and who think like that. I feel bad for him because it's like he hasn't discovered manhood yet. You know?
Shake him. Wake up, brother.
Every now
Wake
and
up.
then I got to go to a different baby mama house, but that's why I got different baby mamas.
Hey,
You understand what I'm saying?
And that's better than go to work at Amazon and lifting heavy boxes. I agree with you.
and I'm gonna say shout out to Jerome Payne. He said someone tell Brad to come get Keisha. I hate the way y'all do names like that, but yeah, Brad, come on. Now the thing is, we don't actually want to do this because that sentiment is like, no, tell that white man he can really have that black woman who acting crazy. And we really don't want to do that. You know, we really want to rescue the women. And I'm saying we do got to get to a point where we remove that thought process from our mindset. You
Gotta
know,
take the cape
she's
off.
in
Gotta
a
take the cape off.
situation. Yeah, she's in a bad situation because that's where she wants to be. And you got to learn to be okay with the fact that that's what she wants to be. Now shout out to Black Who Strikes. He says black reproduction is below replacement. The real problem is abortion. Also, black women love raw sex. When they like the man, she wants to feel that pipe.
I've been I've been trying to tell them, Uru. I've been trying to tell them.
Uh, now, I would say that's a very real thing. As far as they want to feel that pipe, they do want to feel that pipe. You know, and if you don't believe me, just look at how black women are having increases in diseases. Because remember, it's always easier for a man to give something to a woman. They want to feel that pipe. That's why they had those spikes and getting diseases or getting pregnant because
Man,
they want to feel that pipe.
it ain't that bad. I only been burnt twice. It ain't that bad, man.
I
It ain't
mean,
that bad.
that ain't that bad.
Now,
Okay.
what he ain't telling you is the two things that he got he can't get rid of. That's what he didn't tell y'all now.
Yeah.
Let that be known now.
And,
Hey,
and also,
shout out to Highlander.
She
A little, a
she
little,
told
a
she
little
told
moxie, a little
she
moxicillin ain't never hurt nobody, man. Ain't never hurt nobody.
hey she told Reese that she was a born again virgin.
Look, look. And then I'm gonna teach y'all some tricks. I'm gonna teach y'all how to deal with these geishas, man. If you don't want nobody to know you got nothing, go to the dentist and have them remove one of your wisdom teeth, and they'll give you some amoxicillin. There you go. You be all cleared up.
This is a true heathen, this man is.
I tell you.
hey man, he throwing out parts of the game. These are parts of the game. They're real things at the end of the day. He may be joking, but they are real things. Now I'm gonna say this: the part that Black who said black reproduction is below replacement. He said there's the real problem is abortion. I'm gonna say I'm gonna support that a little bit. That somewhat abortion is a problem. I think the real issue is that black women simply don't want to win, and it's hard for black men to accept that they don't want to win from a societal standpoint. Black women have no interest reproducing the best men. Just not their interest. Because they really believe if they make better men, you niggas gonna beat white men. And I think they're afraid of you beating white men if we look at these different behaviors and what's going on. They don't want you to beat these white men. So, yeah, they will sweat a nigga who's literally in prison. You know, you can see that on social media right now. Just bring up the guys talking to women that's in prison. You go, see, I ain't even got to guide you nowhere. Just pull it up. You're going to find a bunch of sisters trying to holler at dudes that's still in prison. You know, I'll put some money on your books. When you get out, come have sex with me first. You know, they're doing all kinds of stuff.
Roger, can I ask you a favor?
What's that, brother?
Can you stop referring to these hoes as sisters?
No, they are sisters.
No, they ain't.
They may not be my sisters, but they definitely sisters.
Look, they might be
We'll
y'all.
put concubine on the front.
They might be y'all sisters, but they my hoes, and I love my hoes.
Hey, they are such
All of them.
sisters. They are such sisters that sometimes they be having sex with their own brothers. You know what I'm saying? And they just deal with it later.
Hey,
Man. See what Raw Dog over here doing is he having all these kids that don't know they got brothers and sisters right across town. And you see what happened is they finally grow up and then they start messing with each other because you know mom ain't really done enough for them to be able to do anything good with their life to leave the city, right? They meet each other, they hook up with each other, then they have retarded kids together.
every now and then you get somebody, on the short bus, and the streets know what happened. Streets know what happened. I'm just trying to put y'all up on game. You see what I'm saying? See, y'all out here trying to be productive and all that, man. We got to survive out here with these women, man, because y'all ain't doing what y'all got to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, go get you some gold teeth. Have them put you some gold crowns on, this, that, and the other. So when you run up on the wrong Keisha and you got to go to the doctor, man, you just go get the gold tooth removed and replaced. Get you some amoxicillin in there, man. You be straight. You be straight.
Now, I'm gonna say shout out to Jerome Payne. He said, "Why not, Roger? We can't save them. They don't want to be saved." Did the fact that black women don't want to be saved have any regard to if black men want to save them? Because I'm gonna say real talk. I do believe we want to save them. We'll talk a good game, but we want to save these bras. That's real talk. Because we'll make excuses for them too. To me, that's you definitely want them to be okay if you'll make excuses for what they do. I just accept what they do. I don't make no excuse for what they do. It is what it is. You had a baby out of wedlock because that's what you wanted to have. It's that simple to me. To me, that's how you don't say it. You just accept that she is who she is, you know? And if you want to be with some woman, and I get it, there are some women who are really, really fine who got kids out of wedlock. I used to have sex with them too. I get that. But, it didn't take me to get that old until I figured out, oh, that's why they got baby, because they the fine ones. So when you deal with a fine sister, yeah, she going to have some babies. But at the end of the day, are you going to rule that household? And if you're not going to rule that household, ain't you saving them too? We want to save. And my thing is, black men got to get to the point of really thinking about if I truly want to save them or not. I'm not going to tell you can't be with no single mother. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to actually rule that household, how are you not trying to save?
Okay, but how you being with her is not already saving her, whether you rule the household or not.
Because if you rule the household, a lot of that stuff would actually quit. Because if a man actually entered into a relationship with a single mother and still was doing their man thing, single mothers would go away. Because they wouldn't be able to stand the treatment that you would get. Just like I said, I wouldn't even meet your child till we got a wedding date. Women ain't gonna like that. I would discipline your child anytime I see fit. Women ain't gonna like that. If you call a man about me discipline your child, the only thing I'm gonna tell him is come get the kid. She ain't gonna like that. There is no way of addressing single mothers in a manly fashion that women gonna be cool with that wouldn't eliminate single motherhood in the first place.
Okay, but as a manly man, you have no societal support to implement these kind of rules.
No, you can implement certain things about your own life. I don't
Yeah,
have to. I don't have to accept nothing that I don't want from a personal level.
no, but
Now, yeah,
right,
from a societal level, you're right.
right up until the time she calls the white man to release you.
How you
That's
gonna call a
that's
white
when
man?
that's
How you gonna call a white man because I told some guy come get his kid? It's his kid at the end of the day.
okay.
You can't lock me up for giving a man his own child.
See,
Now,
there's preventative care and then there's care after the fact. Roger is speaking preventative care here.
I'm saying from a realistic standpoint, if men still acted like men while they were dealing with a quote unquote single mother, the single mother wouldn't be interested. Now I'm not saying I was doing this when I was younger, when I first started. But if that would have come up now, then that's what I'm gonna do. If I'm meeting you, I'm not gonna meet your kid. I ain't got no reason to meet your kid. Why would I?
So you're not gonna take a little Timmy to basketball practice. You're not gonna take a little Keisha to Popeyes. That's what you're saying.
Bro, until there's a wedding day, I don't even understand why they have any level of importance at all. They don't even matter. How can a child matter if I'm not going to marry his mom?
Roger, you're so mean.
No, I'm just looking at it from a real standpoint. How does a child matter if I'm not going to marry his mom?
All my baby mamas will tell you the kids come first, man. I don't know what this dude talking about.
Ain't I'm with your mama so I can have sex with her. What I need a kid there for? I don't need no kid to film me having sex with his mom. What I need to deal with a kid for?
Nah, come on. When you come to the crib and you're not cool with little Timmy gonna wait when you're about to bust and knock on the door. And can I get some milk? Right when you're about to bust.
Who's supposed to tell Timmy what it be? Why ain't Timmy in the room doing homework?
Nah, Timmy's not gonna be in the room. Timmy's gonna
If
be
it's
in the other
summertime,
room.
get on your little tablet, get on your little PlayStation, whatever, get on your little Xbox or whatever you do. But I'm not dealing with Timmy. For what?
You know little Timmy gonna boycott you.
Say it again.
Little Timmy is going to boycott you.
And that hurts me how? Timmy boycott me and that hurts me? That's what Timmy needs to do is boycott me. When I come through, go to your room and stay in there. Don't even come out till I leave.
Roger, what you say? You want him to boycott you? Damn it, boy.
I'm saying, like, I know what I came over there for. Timmy don't need to be exposed to what I came over there for. Okay? So I don't get it. I came to do some grown folk stuff. Timmy don't need to be around that. A shout out to Vegetarian Terrarium. He says, love me a baby mama. They always have seafood in the fridge. Oh, and I'm saying too, y'all. I mean, real talk. Because I remember like the first time I was being asked about baby mamas, and I'm like, no, you supposed to have sex with them. Ain't they target practice? How you gonna be good for your woman if you ain't gonna sleep with these baby mamas? We know they giving it up. That's the one thing we do know. They giving it up. So I mean, it's not even you don't even have to have sexual arguments with women that already got children. We know you giving it up. It's confirmed that you giving it up. You know? But if you
How
start taking
so?
it seriously, hey, bro, if you already let somebody else crack, and if you tell me I can't crack, automatically you don't put yourself in a bad position because now you're telling me the last man you was with was better than me. Now I got an ego too. I can't have you do that. You see what I'm saying? Off principle alone, you can't be with me and not give me something and you got a kid. That's just off GP. We can't even play like that's a real thing. You know, if I find out you got a kid, you most definitely about to give it up. Why are we even talking if sex ain't even part of it? And you got a kid already?
Because
Nah,
she's
Roger.
celibate.
See,
I'm born. I'm born again, Roger. I'm
Who
born again.
who
I'm right with the Lord now. I'm right with the
who
Lord.
cares? Who cares, man? You got a
She's
Roger,
Go to
child,
celibate.
church.
man.
Go to church every
Roger,
Sunday. Go to church every
Roger,
Sunday. Me and the
Roger,
Lord good.
All I'm gonna tell you is
Roger.
talk to the men at your church. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you.
but Roger, you're not that guy. You're not the guy who's gonna come over with the dirty Nike socks, with the tank T-shirt that used to be white, the short the black shorts, and the two joint and half a bottle of Hennessy. You're not that guy. You know you're a respectable guy. You got a car. You take a shower every day. She's not gonna give it up to you. Come on, man. You know the rules.
Let's keep it real. I'm not that guy, but she is that girl.
Hey, man. I got a car. Quit telling her let me hold her car every day. I drop off at work. What you talking about?
Yeah, no,
The
I'm
Nissan
saying,
Altima?
look, I'm
The Nissan
saying
Altima? Are you talking
she
about the Nissan Altima?
she I'm saying she is that girl. You let niggas hit. I got proof you let niggas hit. You are that girl. And I'm being nice
It
by
was an
saying girl.
immaculate. It was an immaculate conception.
Bro, ain't no sexually, ain't no woman who's already having sex going really get any time with me and tell me she not finna give me some. We already know you get
Virgin
that.
birth.
We're gonna treat you like you get that.
She married to the Lord now, Roger. You gotta respect that.
If she was, she wouldn't be
Pregnant by the
talking to
Holy
me.
Spirit.
If she was, she wouldn't be talking to me. She would be talking to a man that she goes to church with.
She trying to get you
She
saved,
doing that
man.
too. She
She
doing that
if,
too, man. She
if
talked
she
to the
married
Jesus.
to the Lord, she'd be talking to a man that goes to her church.
She see potential in you and she trying to get you to be saved.
If she's married to the Lord, she would be talking to a man that goes to her church.
She evangelizing to you. She witnessing to you by the way she live her life.
If she's trying to give me anything that don't include pussy, she be talking to a man at her church.
You ain't gonna be
Okay, but
talking about baby mama like
what
that.
if
You ain't gonna be talking about baby mama like
what if she gives you some head?
I mean,
Does
she
that
don't
count?
give me some head. That's gonna be part of it.
that. No, that's some white girls in the choir that do that now.
No. I say it's part of it. It ain't gonna she just give me head. That's just part of the process. So yeah, she gonna give me some head.
Ooh, Roger, you nasty.
No, I mean, the thing is that a lot of guys just don't want to be real when it comes to certain stuff. And at the end of the day, how do you do stuff with a woman who's already sexual and you don't require sex? I don't understand that. I don't get it. Now I done told y'all before I got a 2-date rule. If we done been out twice and you ain't gave me none, we ain't talking. I ain't got nothing to talk to you about. And you know, people, there have been plenty of women who are trying to shame me.
But that don't mean get it from the
Yeah.
ruler to the tutor, Roger.
No. What I'm saying to you, like I've even had a woman who, a matter of fact, somebody used to talk, somebody that was on the breakdown of women's perspective, literally went to my channel, checked out some of the stuff, and then got mad and said something about y'all want to bust all these hoes down. And I'm like, it ain't like she a virgin. What are you? How is there a problem of having sex with a woman who's already sexual? How is that a problem? She
Wait a minute,
already
wait a
has.
minute, wait a minute. Y'all take these hoes on dates? We get a dime bag and some Hennessy. What you talking about?
I mean, that's up to you. I didn't say a
This
woman had to.
heathen here. This
See,
heathen here.
no. See, a lot of people, you got to understand concepts. I didn't say you had to take on 2 dates. I said if you went on 2 dates, she definitely got to give it up. Women can give it up the first night. That's still before 2 dates. She can give it up a second night. That's still before 2 dates. You could just come by the house and she give it up. That's still before 2 dates. But if you actually went out with her twice and she ain't gave you none, and she's already having sex, then why are you paying her any attention?
You know what, Roger? The mere fact that you mentioned date triggers me, man.
The mere fact that I mentioned date what?
The mere fact that you mentioned date triggers me. You don't take the hoes out on goddamn date.
I didn't say nothing about taking hoes out. Dates are for women that you see potential in.
Netflix and chill, baby.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, let's keep it real. You can Netflix and chill with all kinds of women, but you're not gonna too much find a respectable woman that you just gonna bust down with. And she don't really know nothing about you. Now, my thing is, I'm just gonna keep it real. Respectable women gonna want to see a little something more. Now, just about all of them gonna bust down and do the Netflix and chill thing, but a respectable woman's gonna try to at least give you the idea that she wants something more out the situation. I'm not saying she ain't gonna want sex like the other women want sex. She's gonna try to present an idea to you about who she is, though. And a lot of women don't even go through that trouble, but we want to make them somebody in our lives. We don't want to accept her for the bust down she is, and then we trip that she start acting crazy because we don't want to accept her for the bust down that she is.
yeah, we kind of have this whole conversation because of the demographics in the first place. Like 15 through 49 is going to be 61% that have kids, and then out of the people that do end up having like their kid, the births are like 75% out of wedlock. So like, yeah, you probably like all odds, probably gonna end up dealing with some of this at some point in time while you're out in the dating market. Makes sense?
Well, y'all know Diddy said something in a rap song. Even if he done messed around and got his reputation ruined, it still was the truth. He said, treat them like we beat them. If I meet you and you already a hoe, I'm not there to fix you up. I'm there to deal with a hoe. I ain't getting caught up in all these games. If you a hoe, you a hoe. It's cool.
Who said that?
Now, Roger, you
You ain't
know
got a
the
Who
lot of
said
hate.
that?
Jezebels are gonna
You
have
got a lot.
pushback.
You ain't
Roger,
got a
you
lot of
know
hate
the
in my people.
Jezebels are gonna have pushback. So what you gotta say to that? Because
I
the way
mean, she
you
a
talking right
Jezebel.
now, they're flabbergasted. They're beside themselves. They want to
Oh, they
string
get
you up
mad.
by the
Ain't,
noose and hang you because you're talking crazy about them.
I've
ain't,
already admitted I don't listen to women.
ain't
What you
none of
want from me?
ain't none of my hoes named Jezebel. None of my hoes named Jezebel. They must be from Saudi Arabia or somewhere.
I'm
Hey,
getting tired of
man.
this Negro, bro. I swear to God, I'm getting tired of this Negro, bro.
All I'm
I'm
saying
telling you,
is,
dog.
Diddy said, treat them like we meet them. That was one of the most brilliant
Hey, I
things he's
knew
ever said.
I knew when Reset got Highland that he was finna
Diddy,
get on some
Diddy,
bullshit today.
Diddy, Diddy,
Yeah,
Diddy ain't never take none of them niggas on a date that he bust down. What you talking about?
he said, treat them like we meet them. So if you already a hoe, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, my thing is, there is a difference between, and like I said, I don't really compare other people. I'm doing this specific because I know white women is like the thorn in black women's heel or something, or whatever they say. So I'm doing it kind of for that reason too. But how do you let these women beat you on a social level when you can control how you look inside? You let white women beat you. What can you really say to me about anything? Now, white women out here killing people for the most part. See, they'll tell brothers, y'all got killed by these people. Well, ain't no white women killing y'all, and they beating you on the social level. Well, how that makes sense? If they talking about patriarchy, that means the white women didn't do nothing wrong. because that would be matriarchy. But so how they beating you on a social level? You know, you doing everything you can to prove to me that these white women are better than you, and then you want to get mad at me for accepting what you prove. That's some crazy work, if you ask me.
Not my baby mama. Not my Keisha.
And if I got to have a baby mama, shouldn't it at least be a white woman? Think about that, y'all. If you got to have a baby mama,
This nigga's a fool. I'm telling you, he's a fool, brother. What'd you say? You don't want to go to standard quote.
I don't know. I think I may have to endorse that though, bro. If we really looking at it, if you got to go baby mama, you might as well go white.
What'd you say?
I see where Roger coming from with this one. He's still thinking about that white woman, that beautiful white woman he met about 6 months ago.
Now I know Roger ain't met no copperzoid 6 months ago. Watch out. I know he ain't met no copperzoid 6 months ago. Man, she beautiful.
Roger came up here live talking about how beautiful that woman was. I know she had to be stunning because I ain't never heard him talk about a white
say
woman.
It ain't so. Say it ain't so, Roger. Come on, Bucko. Say it ain't so.
It was way more than 6 months ago, but she was gorgeous. I'm gonna tell you the straight up truth. She was gorgeous, bro. She was gorgeous.
Hey, he woke up today with the Holy Spirit of Uncle Ruckus today. That's what happened.
Oh God.
No.
Calm down.
The thing is, a black woman presented something that I think, for the most part, people think was a good presentation. And at the end of the day, all she did was blame niggas. Black women just want love. That's why they got babies. That is her clearly blaming niggas for black women's personal choices. And
Uncle
it's
Ruckus
gonna be
was in this nigga dreams.
No, it's gonna be. I did this because it's gonna be a lot of men, and they already started because I seen it myself. That's why I got it from the first place. They already promoted it as this woman said something that was just so great, so wonderful, so divine. Look at her. No, this woman is literally blaming you niggas because black women was looking for love.
Look at that beautiful
them
milk.
niggas be thinking with the wrong head. They be over here
Look
thinking
at
like
that.
Raw Dog over here with the wrong head.
Look at that beautiful milky skin. Just look how gorgeous they
Raw
are. They
Dog
look
told the
like
video said the same thing.
angels.
Look at this beautiful.
Roger woke up out his fever dream and realized he had done what he had done. That's what happened today.
Nah, brother. I mean, it ain't nothing like that. At the end of the day, we got brothers promoting a woman like she said something extremely profound and right. And all she did was say is black women got a bunch of babies because of niggas.
Roger.
That's what she did.
Roger. Let me ask you something. Can I ask you a question, Roger?
Yeah, I stopped. Yeah, go ahead.
Does the white woman that you're describing, does she have toes?
Hold on. Does the white woman what?
Does the white woman that you're talking about, does she have pretty feet, toes?
Absolutely.
I didn't hear the question. I didn't hear
He
it.
said, does she have pretty pink toes? The white woman that you described, did she have pretty pink toes?
Hold on. I didn't bring up no white woman. You did, Reese. Okay. Technically, I didn't see her toes, but there's a high probability. Yeah. The way she looked,
nigga, you know them toes is jacked up. Nigga, you know them toes is jacked up.
No, I'm not gonna say what I didn't see, but the probability is high. The probability is high. Now, and shout out to Jerome Payne. He said Becky smiles and is pleasant. She wins out the gate. Keisha only smiles at Brad.
Yep.
That's tough right there. That's tough. And that's a very real thing. Let's be honest about it. It's a real thing.
Not only she smiles, she comes to a black man with them pretty toes, them pretty pink toes, and a piece of watermelon. What's not to like?
Okay, there we go. There, I'm back. I'm back. I was blocked for a second, but all right. Hey, at the end of the day, y'all,
Hey, how you
the
block
white
yourself?
woman, the white. No, it wasn't that. It was. I'm getting the call. I'm finna actually bring the show to a close because y'all ain't saying a whole lot right now. And my father just called me, so I want to call him back. I'm just telling you what it is, y'all. My dad just called me. He usually don't call me while I'm on air, so I want to call my dad back to see what's really going on. And I'm gonna say again, y'all. Y'all
Heard
know
you
I've been
talking about
having
that white
some
woman. He need to
trouble.
talk to you.
Nah, y'all, I've been having some troubles. Like I said, there's a link for the new channel because I'm probably going to end up broadcasting there on Monday. If I come back to here, I don't know. We'll see how things go. But y'all, they told me they're gonna demonetize my channel because I use too many other people's content, y'all. I use way too much of other people's content over here. Okay, so
YouTube be telling lies, flat out lies.
y'all, we ain't gonna make no issue of it. We ain't gonna mention it because all that's gonna do is make stuff work for me. Okay, okay. At the end of the day, I use too much of other people's content. So we gonna make a new channel where we ain't got nobody's content and my stuff. So we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. It ain't. I'm not saying this for y'all to complain about it and make problems for me. Okay, just let it go. Okay, let it go. And if you don't know what the link for the new channel is, all you gotta do is look in the description because I put a link there. It's a new channel. Nothing's on it right now. Of course, I'm gonna bring some of the stuff over from here and put it over there, and we're gonna start producing the newer content over there. And everything's gonna be all right, y'all. Everything's gonna be all right. Okay. And y'all may not think it don't make sense. I get it. You think it don't make sense, but it makes sense to them. And it's their platform. They can do what they want with it at the end of the day, y'all. I've been kicked off of other places too. It ain't the end of the world, y'all. It is not the end of the world. Let's not make it harder for me. Okay. If you like me, you ain't got to worry about it. Okay. You ain't got to go around to nobody else's channels talking about it or anything like that, y'all. It wouldn't help me one lick if you somewhere else bringing it up in the chat or bringing it up on somebody else's show. Just leave it alone. Lord have mercy, just leave it alone. And shout out to Black Root Strike.
All right. All
Shout out
right.
to I got Black Root Strike to send something. He say reset. Ask him did his beloved white woman
Well, did she, Roger? Did she? Huh?
Hold on, let me read it. He said Black Root say
Man,
reset.
stop laughing.
Did his beloved white woman have pink nipples?
Man, you can't even read it with a straight face, man. Come on now.
Well, I mean, he spelled pink, but he spelled it PANK, capitalized.
Tight. Tight. Things was tight.
Well, y'all,
Them nipples was pink.
I definitely would assume that them nipples was definitely pink. I definitely would think they was a good pink too. I'm pretty sure they was a good pink. Okay. Shout out to Turkish Tyrone. He said, brothers, black women see black men through a racial lens like the rest of the world. They see us as the losing team and they're acting out. Don't waste your time. SYSBM. Shout out to you, Turkish Tyrone. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad we got that in. But I'm gonna make a phone call because, like I said, it seems like y'all done kind of quieted down a little bit. And I do 3-hour shows just to make sure people have room to get off with anything they want to get off on. So even when I say something like this, and people, if you're really trying to get off on something, you better be like, "Hey, oh, hold on now, I got more," and then we can keep it going. But if don't nobody say that, I think I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. But y'all, we about to have a great and wonderful weekend. Okay,
Yeah.
we gonna all be back Monday. You
Hey,
might not
Or
find me over
tomorrow.
here.
hey,
You probably
hey,
Or
find me in a new
tomorrow.
channel.
Roger. I want you to wish my daughter Jasmine Kiera Sandy a happy 21st birthday today. I finally raised an adult.
Yeah, congrats.
Shout out
Happy
to Jasmine
birthday.
Congrats.
Kiera.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday.
Shout out to Jasmine Kiera. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful birthday.
Her
Um,
daddy don't get no shots at. I did it. I did it.
shout out to the great AAL, father of the year right now. Father of the year right now. Real talk. Okay.
I'm talking about she's 21 and ain't got no kids. I did good. She didn't get no teenage
Yes,
pregnancy or nothing.
yes, you did.
Good
Hey, that
job.
is
That's what's
good.
up.
Yes, you did.
Much respect. Matter of fact, you know what? My bad. Brooklyn's finest wanted me to see an email. He said, "Did you get my email, Roger?" I didn't even check to pull it up. So if y'all want to talk for a hot second, let me go pull up his email real quick. Let me see what Brooklyn's finest is talking about. Because I believe it was pertaining to today's show. And shout
Y'all,
out to y'all for wishing
So look,
AL's daughter a
yeah,
happy
y'all
birthday.
cheer me on. I'm the shit for a daily. I did good. I'm the
hey,
shit.
All right, I'll
I'll give
second that.
myself a pat on the
Nah.
back.
And
We
we can keep this
congratulate you,
rolling
bro.
tomorrow too. I'm
Good
doing
job,
live
man.
play on chat tomorrow also. So we keep on
li-
chopping it up.
man, so listen, starting Monday morning, we're going to start running commercials. The first commercial is going to be for AL Mobile. If you want that service for an expensive price, get you some AL Mobile. Ain't nobody going to be able to
See,
hear shit you say.
see.
AL Mobile.
It don't seem like he on AL Mobile today though. He ain't on
What you
AL
talking
Mobile
about?
today. I can hear him.
Hey, look, he on 18.
Got your ass.
See, now
That's what he get.
AL
That's what
Mobile.
he
Oh,
get.
get
Talk
it,
about
get
AL
him.
Mobile. Talk about AL Mobile.
That nigga ain't
18.
shit. We know he ain't
That's
shit
what's happening.
because he ain't been shit.
Hey, he got AL Mobile his damn self.
Man, these women out here telling y'all they children come first before any man, even if the man is in the house with them. They telling you this. Even when they married, they telling you this. They telling you that they rather be baby mamas than they would be wives. They tell you that up front, out loud, and they don't even skip a beat when they tell you that. They don't have a problem having kids because they can extract money from them kids.
And you know why that
Man,
is? You know
preach.
why? You know why that
Kids are
is?
currency.
Because you know why that is? Because unbeknownst to them, they've always been the concubines of the world.
Okay.
Mm,
Now, y'all,
mm.
I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna close it down real quick, and I'm gonna say Brooklyn's finest. Shout out to you, brother. But no, I did not get the email. I just went and looked. The only thing I see from today, I see something for Black Room Strikes, but I did not get your email, brother. I don't know what's up with that, but I do not see it. It has not come in as of yet. And I remember you saying email sent, so it should have came. But I may not be on the best graces with folks. That's all I can. That's all I can say. Everybody ain't seeing me in the right light, so it's all good. Sorry, brother, I couldn't address it because it ain't there. It's just not there. But I want everybody to have a great and wonderful weekend. I may do some more stuff on this channel. I may not. I'll probably put a reminder link up on Monday to let y'all know we somewhere else. But y'all have a great and wonderful weekend. But yeah, they're gonna demonetize this one, y'all. They're gonna demonetize. But we're gonna keep this channel. I'm probably gonna change it to the Roger Report archive, or the Roger Report Live archive. So y'all will still be able to look this channel up and check out some of the stuff that's on here. I will put some stuff on the new channel, but if we run into more problems, we gonna have this archive right here. So we ain't gonna get rid of the shows. We gonna keep them. A lot of good stuff is here, and we gonna make it. We gonna make it do what it do, as they say. But y'all have a great, wonderful weekend. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right, and I'm out.
Yay, yay.
We'll keep your baby